after school. 3 o'clock in the parking lot. You try and run, I'm gonna track you down. You go to a teacher, it's only gonna get worse.
Welcome to the Inland Sports Show. Your leader in sports in the Inland Empire.
The Riverside.
Now, here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Here we go. This is not a drill. This is the real thing. It's the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. I'm Pep Fernandez. That's Jeff Gorham. Jeff, we got another huge show planned as we've got so much basketball going on this week in the Inland Empire.
It is crazy. I mean, you were at a game last night. It was wall-to-wall people at Riverside Poly North game. That's the big one.
Listen, you know it's big when the AD reaches out to you and says, listen, if you're coming, let me know when you're at the door because we're going to squeeze you in. I'm sure there was, the fire marshal was keeping an eye on everybody because, I mean, it was packed. It was a big rivalry game and first place on the line. All the good things.
Where were you sitting in the gym? Did they put you up in the nosebleeds or were you front and center? Were you sitting next to Pep?
No, I wasn't sitting next to Pep. Leon Culpepper.
Did you see Leon Culpepper? Did he say, hello, Pep?
No, I didn't. You know who I stood by, though? Some of the Cal Baptist basketball players.
Everybody wanted to come out and watch that game last night.
I saw Dominic Pickett from UC Riverside. I saw a couple of the CBU basketball players. It was a who's who.
Did Pickett have his goggles on?
No, but his glasses are pretty thick framed.
Yeah, but I love it, man. It's just I want to see him wearing those goggles, those rec specs everywhere, all over town.
It's a signature look.
Yeah, it's definitely something.
It's
That's
a good
for sure.
look.
It's just like a Johnny Kennedy shorts. Oh. My son wears them. So it's
not the same shorts, I hope.
No, well, my son's might be a little bigger, and he's 5.
Well, it was a great game last night. It went down to the wire. We knew it was going to happen.
Right,
First place on the line in the Inland Valley League, and Riverside Poly gutted out a 49-47 win. Tobin Kuhn, though, had a knee injury in the game. But, Jeff, you're here to break the news. It's not as bad as it looked because it looked bad.
It looked bad. Last night, he was told it was a torn ACL or PCL. Oh. It was none of those. Our friend Jim Clover looked at him this morning.
Oh, he did?
Yes, he did. And he had a pulled gastrocnemius.
What?
Yeah, exactly. It's the top part of your calf.
What was that?
Top part of your calf muscle that connects to the tissue of the knee so it can mask itself as a knee injury. He's going to be okay. Just a couple days of stretching out, getting loosened up. He'll be ready to go.
Well, a little bit later in the show, we've got some interviews with the Poly head coach, Yancey Dodson, as well as Lamont Butler, he had 20 last night.
Joe Smooth, Lamont Smooth.
Man. He had 20, but it was a very important 20. He had so many big baskets down the stretch, and it was still close because Poly was up at the half, and then North opened the second half, the third quarter, on a 10-0 run.
Yeah.
And they took the lead. Then Poly came back on a 14-0 run, and Lamont Butler was a huge reason why. Hitting threes, getting to the rack, and ones. Lamont Butler was all over the place and so smooth.
Guys are after him. I know Stanford's after him right now because I had a note from Jeff Wilburn, the associate head coach at Stanford, said, hey, what do you know about the kid at Poly? I said, he's really good. And he goes, yeah, he's really good, but he's also a 4.0 student.
Yeah.
We're after him. They're after him and our guy, Austin Cook.
Yeah, Austin Cook as well at Damien High School.
And they're both sophomores and both be on Stanford's radar.
And speaking of, and I'm glad you brought this up, Jeff, Stanford, the full court press is on for Centennial quarterback Tanner McKee. Just took his official visit with the Stanford Cardinal. And then, if you follow him on Instagram or Twitter, he's got Washington head coach, Coach Peterson in the house. All these official home visits. Like, it's going down. It's crunch time because he broke the news from
on
San
our
Antonio
show.
on this show.
Yes.
That he will sign his scholarship on signing day. So he might even verbally commit before signing day, which is what, February 7th, I want to say?
Yes.
So he might verbally commit before then, but it's on, man. Everyone, this is it. This is the last couple of weeks to make your case.
Yeah, the LA Times wrote that erroneous article stating that he was going to sign after he goes on his Mormon mission.
Everybody wrote that article until you guys debunked it.
Yeah, wasn't that funny?
You're like Penn and Teller over here.
Yes,
Mythbusters.
So yes, we did. We ended up we got it from his mouth. He called into the show
because we were talking to him about the Army All-American Bowl, and we just slid in that question.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? You said you're not going to sign a scholarship until you return from your mission.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's like, no. He's like, I got to clarify that. He's like, I'm seeing all those reports. He's like, that's not true.
Yeah, and this is his 4th visit to Stanford, the first official visit.
You think he's going to Stanford?
I do. I wish Chip Kelly would get in there and take him, but apparently, he's a smart kid. He's going to go on a mission. He's going to come back more mature. Maybe get some classes under his belt while he's on his mission. You can take a couple correspondence courses. I mean, the kid, if he goes to Stanford, you can't knock him. They've had some great ones come out of there.
Yeah, some great quarterbacks have been Stanford.
There's a guy named Elway. I think he was played there as well. His
Andrew
dad was
Luck.
there. Yeah.
He wasn't too bad.
Yeah, he's got no neck anymore, but that's okay.
No love for Kevin Hogan, huh? No love for Kevin Hogan.
Is he on the Browns?
Still on the Browns.
Still on the Browns.
If the Browns still exist.
Buried on the Browns.
Aren't they going to...
and your boy Cody Kessler there, too.
He is my boy.
Yeah. But aren't they just going to collapse the Browns?
We can only hope.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. So we're going to talk more about this Poly North game. We got the interviews later in the show. We will revisit Tanner McKee because decision day is coming. February 7th is the next signing day. I guess you call it the official football signing day outside of that new early signing day period that we just saw in December. And, of course, UC Riverside taking on Cal State Northridge. Somebody will get their first Big West Conference win of the season.
I have good news and bad news, and they're both the same. You're fired. No, it's a good news, bad news situation. They're both winless. Somebody's going to win. The bad news is somebody's going to lose, and somebody's still going to be winless in the Big West.
Just got to finish in 8th, right?
That's it.
That's what it's all about.
It's going to come down.
Finish in 8th place.
And we got our guy Ghizal here, the voice of the Matadors.
Matadores.
Are they going to play Matador defense? We're hoping so because we are Highlander homers.
Yeah, Matador defense won't work really today. Well, maybe it will. It depends. Both teams have struggled offensively.
Nobody can score right now. The Highlanders have, they lose to Kemme Martin for a spell here, and that's a big part of your offense.
I will tell you this. I don't want to let any trade secrets loose, but if the Matadors play Matador defense tonight, they might be in trouble because Riverside, the Highlanders, generally play pretty good defense against CSUN. If you look back, the last 8 games decided by a total of 32 points.
But the last three have been won by the Matadors. Los Matadores.
So we'll talk more CR, Northridge coming up later in the show. We've got a lot of great guests. We got Ghizal in the house, Alan Zinsmeister as well.
He is here, the other voice of the
whole
Matadors.
broadcast team of Cal State Northridge
The doctor
basketball.
of style, Dr. Z over there.
You can tell. I can already tell that.
The sweater, this tie.
The nicest man. I've told this to Pep. I said,
This is a true story. He said
one of the nicest human beings you'll ever meet. Just a nice, genuine dude. Solid guy.
Was a great cornerback at Westchester. The only quarterback that used to eat him up was a man named Warren Moon, and he's in the Football Hall of Fame.
I've heard of Warren Moon.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Pretty good.
But everybody else,
good.
That's why he's the good hands man.
So we got Ghizal a little bit later in the show. Jim Alexander's going to be here from the Press Enterprise, sports columnist. We also have Rick Croy, the head basketball coach at Cal Baptist University. And maybe even another wrinkle or two later in the show.
Yeah, we got
what about Natalie, the copy girl?
I love Natalie, the copy girl.
What's going on with it? What's the latest, Jeff?
I don't know, but if she is listening, I'm going to give her my storm.
She might be listening right now.
Look right into the camera if she's watching.
Hold on, I got to punch up your shot because you're not on our camera right now. Go ahead. Now it's all you, Jeff. See, it's part wing, part 6-shooter like from the old West. You know?
That's what got the. That's what got me Carla Smedberg. That's what got me Carla Smedberg.
That worked, huh?
Yeah.
By the way, I listened for a little bit yesterday, Pat. You guys really Joe the Volcano'd poor Cullen, didn't you?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
You kind of set him.
No idea.
You set him to the mountaintop, but he didn't know what to do once he jumps in there.
No, he was.
That's why I'm going to go on his date.
Training.
He was sedated at the dentist. He walks in. He had no idea what he walked into.
Poor kid.
Yeah.
And I like Cullen, by the way, but
He'll
poor
be here.
kid.
He'll
Poor
be here in
kid.
a little bit. In fact, he's going to come with us to the UCR basketball game tonight.
He's our producer tonight.
We have a producer.
Wow, on-site producer Cullen Holt?
Go ahead, Jeff.
No. It's all. We have writers. We have producers. We have fact checkers.
We have fact check. We have a think tank.
We do.
I'll send you some facts every once in a while if I find them.
Oh no, you don't have to. We got a lot. We got a whole staff that does.
You got like
it.
7 people.
Yeah.
Is that the 17 people that are running around outside?
Yeah.
The producers. Yeah.
I thought it was like Hillcrest cross country team, but they're all your producers.
It's all the people that we need to get this show
Jackson
off the ground.
Wood.
Yeah. Somebody we saw say, hey, we're working at a radio station, and we want to know how you guys are doing all this stuff over there.
It's a great show. How many producers do you have, and writers and fact checkers? Lots. We got lots.
If you could only see what you hear, that's all I'll say.
And we're like, well, we have 2 producers, we have 2 writers, we have.
It's like the floor of the stock exchange here, man. You got people running around out there, people ringing bells.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yes,
we are live.
The dress code is slacking, though. I liked it better when you guys had everybody in suits and ties, but that's a matter of personal preference.
A little bit.
Yeah.
No, but see, as the show goes on, I'm going to layer up.
Yeah, because just
not you guys. I'm talking about your staff out there.
Oh yeah.
No.
Yeah. We're very lax on all the workers out there. They don't have the dress code. But Jeff, if you're watching live and amplified, Natalie out there, Jeff will be changing into his suit during the show.
Yes,
live on
part of the show is me getting into suit mode for the big game tonight.
All right, it's all brought to you by our good friends at Spoiled. Quick quality oil change. You'll be spoiled by great customer service and low prices. Plus, you get the mint and the flour on the way out. That's Spoiled off Alessandro Boulevard. Ken Sporting Goods, more than 40 years in the Inland Empire, and they are bringing you all your sporting gear needs and your Letterman's jacket. So if you have a bunch of letters and patches like Jeff did,
And a couple.
you go get your Letterman's jacket at Ken Sporting Goods, and they will hook it all the way up. Boost Performance Training in Corona with Coach Ray Bass. They now have the strength and speed class, and that first one is free, Jeff.
I can go do
free.
one class for free.
You go once, you're going to love it. That one's free, though.
Free.
Just say, hey, the Inland Sports Show sent me, and it's free. And they also have very small group sessions. That's what you need. Maximum of 12 athletes in each class.
I'm not running with anyone. That's embarrassing. That's not happening.
Got to start somewhere, right?
By myself. I'll run by myself.
Boost Performance Training, boosttrainingsystems.com for more information. And finally, Catalano Motors off Temescal Canyon Road in Corona. You can buy, you can trade, you can finance. Get that sweet new ride, whether it's a car or an SUV or a minivan like Jeff's.
But, you know, I'm thinking I'm going to get a new whip. That's my new. I learned that. I'm very
Don't
hip.
say whip.
Hey,
you can't say whip. Can he say whip?
Yeah, if I get a minivan, it'll be a new whip. It's a new whip.
I don't think he can say whip.
Isn't that what all the teenagers are calling it?
You're not a
In
teenager, though.
in 2005, maybe.
That was what it was. It's a whip. I got a new. I'm going to get a new whip. I'm going to get maybe 2 new whips.
Yeah, why don't you talk to your boy Exhibit, and I think he's still popular, right? He can hook you up with that new whip.
Van conversion.
All right, we come back. We'll talk more high school basketball, more from the UCR Cal State Northridge contest tonight, and right around the corner, in about 15 minutes, the great John Ramey, broadcaster for the Nevada Wolfpack, as we get you set for Aztec basketball, right?
Are we going to get some music from John Ramey today?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love the music.
In fact, in the commercial break, we'll play a little bit. We'll find something. Because some of it's kind of chill and smooth. We got to find something a little upbeat. It's going to get us going for Aztec basketball tonight.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, we'll be right back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
We're small, family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajelco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the Crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
Focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. Just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
We're a small family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajalco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
What you all think I'm gonna do, which is just flip out!
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
So, Jeff, what whip did you bring to the station today here on Fox Sports IE?
I brought my Jeep today.
Jeep whip.
I almost brought the minivan because, you know, I had the little ones this morning.
Yeah, you did.
I did. But I had my mother-in-law come over and cart him around in her car, so yeah, it was good.
Alan Husband knows a great deal about whips. Because his granddaughter Cheyenne, her favorite song is that song, Watch Me Whip, Watch Me Nay Nay. So
is it?
That's a good one.
We play it. Sometimes we'll play the instrumental during the games.
And you said Alan would do that for us, right? When he came in studio?
The Nay Nay?
Oh, yeah, there he goes.
There
you go.
There he is.
True story. Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. Getting you set for UCR and Cal State Northridge tonight. A little bit later in the show, Cal Baptist head coach Rick Croy. Back-to-back solid wins for them, Hawaii Pacific and Azusa Pacific. Now they go on the road for a couple of games, and Jeff, we joked about it. When you got nice new digs like they do over there at CBU.
Play every game at home.
A lot of home games. 13 of their first 17 on their home floor at the CBU Event Center, and why not?
It's just like playing at the University of Hawaii. They play all their games there all at home.
Everybody come to us.
Yeah, exactly.
I think CSUN's going there next year. Next year is their D1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think
some D1.
I think the Matadors maybe. I don't know if it's a home and home or what it is, but I know for sure they're going to play there.
El Matadores.
You'll love it. You'll love calling a game from there.
Have you guys been you guys have been to a game at the arena? Is it really nice?
We haven't been to a game yet because we're always so busy with UC Riverside Highlanders. But we've been to the arena. It's really sweet.
Friend of the show, Lauren Garcia, who works Riverside TV football. She is one of the directors over there. I always see her Instagramming from like the rafters.
That's what, and Cullen's works over there.
Cullen's
as well.
been doing stats, PA announcing, a little play-by-play.
He's done it all.
All plugged in.
Young Cullen Holt. He's a go-getter.
He's a whippersnapper.
Mr. Burns used to say.
He's gonna be over here pretty soon, and not only is he a go-getter, he might actually get his first date thanks to this show. So
can't
we do
wait.
so much for our interns here; they have no idea.
Oh,
I can't
He's
wait.
been on a date before.
No, he hasn't.
No, he hasn't.
He is not.
See, my internships, I had to go like get Slurpees at 7-Eleven. They had me running around doing.
Yeah.
We're like letting them do like real things, and we're getting them dates.
He's been dateless. He got his license while he was on this show. His parents used to drive
He
him.
took his license forever, huh? I remember that.
He's growing up right
He
on
is.
this show. Everyone's listening and watching Cullen grow up right in front of their own
It's
eyes.
like that old song with Jesus Jones song, watching Cullen wake up from history.
It was great. Yesterday, I grabbed him by his little face, and it was like holding my little son.
You cupped him?
I cupped his face.
You guys treat him as a child. You guys do treat him as parents. Not as a child, but you
We're
treat him
very
as
protective
you're
of
proud.
Mr.
Yeah, you're
Cullen.
proud parents. There's nothing wrong with that.
I love the kid.
He's such a good kid. In fact, we're hoping he's going to make it big and give Jeff and I jobs someday.
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
Aren't we all?
He's going to make it big time.
I don't know what kind of job you can give an ancient man. He's gonna by the time I'll be ancient.
The big game last night was third in Chicago, taking on Riverside Poly, and Poly coming out with a 2-point victory, 49-47. And Jeff, we talked about this. It's a huge week for the Bears because they have the Rancho Verde tomorrow night. So Riverside Poly, North, Rancho Verde, back-to-back games. That will likely decide the Inland Valley League title, or at least who has the inside track to that championship.
Yeah, and that's always tough beating North or Poly, on the road. So it's tough for North to go over to Poly and beat them, and vice versa. So it could be one of those situations where each one of these teams are going to win at home, and this is going to come down to one game. Somebody's going to have to trip up. But like I said, a 2-point game. Tobin Kuhn goes down, and the smooth Mr. Butler.
And Yancey Dodson, so soft-spoken. But during the game,
he's not.
Yeah.
Don't let it fool you. He is
the best chain gang man in the Inland Valley League.
Oh, does he do chain gang for Riverside
Yes,
Poly?
he
as
does.
well?
Yes,
Now, what is his record? I mean, you guys would know this. What is his record against Mike Barty? Has he had pretty good success against Coach Barty?
Probably not. No, because Barty's
beats
kind of
everybody.
dominant.
Yeah.
In fact, I think there was some kind of article somewhere out there that they've won like 8 in a row or whatever it was.
North had won 10 in a row against
10 in a row.
Poly.
10 in a row.
Huge win then. That's a huge win.
Giant win.
Good job, Yancey. Good
Yeah.
job.
And
Because Poly's been young, and I think they've been waiting for this class to kind of grow up together. They got a couple seniors on the team, but they've had some young kids, especially Lamont Butler.
and last year they lost DJ to go to Centennial.
Right when they were getting things going, maybe they had Ronald McQuay, the big kid.
He tore his Achilles.
He got hurt.
Yeah.
DJ Davis transferred to Centennial. It was a tough season for Riverside Poly last year, but it looks like they've turned a corner. They beat North last night. Let's hear from the head coach of the Poly Bears, Yancey Dodson, as well as Lamont Butler, who already owns a bunch of Division I offers, and he's only a sophomore for the Bears. Here's Coach Dodson first, and then Lamont Butler.
First off, congratulations, man, down that last position.
Thanks.
Kind of knew that going in with North, right? It was going to be a battle.
Absolutely. Every year, every game against North, even when I was playing as a player, certainly coaching against North, you expect the battle, you expect it to be close. I mean, usually no matter what the records, but I think the records this year indicated that it was going to be as close as it was. They were 13-1 coming in. We were 15-3 coming in. And, they had a lead early, and we had a lead a little bit late, and it came down to the last possessions of the game, needing to make plays. Fortunately, we were able to make one more play and get one more stop. It was a good one.
And it's a big week for you guys because you have Rancho Verde coming up on Thursday night. So just talk about a big win tonight, but also moving forward now for a big week for you guys.
Yes, we have to be resilient. Coming off of a big emotional win, the way this one was, we're going to enjoy this right up until we walk into the gym tomorrow for practice and try to focus on what's in front of us, and that is Rancho Verde on Thursday.
Just when when Tobin came down, the togetherness that we had, good camaraderie, and rebounding was big, pushing the rock, getting stops, it was great. It was great. That's what we did together.
Packed house, it was loud, it's your rival against North. I mean, how good does this one feel?
All feels great. We haven't beat them 10-0 streak. I think they beat us, and now it's over. It's great. It's a great feeling.
And a big week for you guys, because now we have Rancho Verde on Thursday night. How do you just kind of keep this going and try to take that lead in the league standing?
Just keep preparing great. We prepared good today. Showalter on our defensive side. It's helping a lot. Coach Dotson, great. We're just competing, and we get the W tomorrow. On Thursday.
Awesome. Thanks for the job. First off, congratulations.
NC Dodson from Riverside Poly, big win last night. And I took a selfie with the, there's a Riverside Poly shark. It's actually Bryce Inman, the catcher on the baseball team.
Yes.
Riverside Poly. But he wears like this whole shark suit, and he's running around just acting crazy.
There's a land shark running around there?
Yeah. You would think I was at Santiago, but no, it was Riverside Poly. So if you go to the Inland Sports Twitter feed at @inland_sports, you can check out the highlights. And also the Riverside TV highlight reel is up. So if you want a complete highlight recap, check that out, Riverside TV.
Yeah, I thought about going with you last night, but I'm just going to be honest with you. I really hate Poly, so I wouldn't have gone in their gym.
Ooh.
There's just hatred.
He says that all the time.
Yeah, but those guys, I like Tobin. I like Lamont. Yancey's one of my best friends. So maybe I might have to go step in that orange gym.
Poly won the game without having Tobin Kuhn for a majority of it.
Yeah, it's just tough walking in that orange and green. It's just ugly. Ugly.
Always two there are. One master, one apprentice. I won't say who's who.
Hey, he could slap me around in some tennis. But
Are we almost in spoiler-free zone? Are we almost out of that for Star Wars?
I think we're out of that.
Let me ask you
I'm
this.
a little hesitant to
real quick.
talk details.
Let me ask you.
Yeah.
So I'm driving home. It was I went out Saturday night, and a bunch of us were driving home, and there are 4 guys in the car. Everybody's seen the movie. The one guy hadn't seen the film. So what is the accepted time? It's been a month since the movie's out.
Yeah.
Can we still not talk spoilers?
I don't care anymore.
I don't know.
I don't care. Yoda was a
But
puppet
you
Yoda.
said there's always 2, and I'm thinking, well, maybe that's not the case anymore. That's what I was going to bring up.
Yeah.
But, not,
I was talking about you two.
Not getting the details.
But yeah.
All right, we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. The former voice of UC Riverside basketball. Here's a dear friend. He once played a gig in Missoula with his guitar. It's the great John Ramey, the broadcaster for the Nevada Wolfpack. He's our Mountain West expert as we have Aztec Gold tonight. San Diego State taking on Fresno State right here on Fox Sports IE. So we'll have John Ramey when we come back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
No, I am your father.
No. It's not true. That's impossible.
Search your feelings. You know it to be true.
I played once upon a time at Centennial High School. I was actually on the first ever CIF championship team back in 2000, and then my senior year we won it again. I say that's my passion because I've done it. I know exactly where these athletes are at. I know what their mindset is right now. I know how hard it is to, number one, find a performance coach who can take you to the next level. What sets us apart has to be, how we work with our athletes and what we know. We can take an athlete and help them reach their athletic potential, help them, prevent injuries, help get them stronger. I know every single athlete who steps into this gym. I know exactly where they're at, and I'm going to progress them every week. If you're not getting results, then, what's it about? We're going to deliver something that's measurable, in terms of speed, power, strength, agility.
thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Call 888-995-HOPE to talk one-on-one with a housing expert about your options. Or visit makinghomeaffordable.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Treasury, HUD, and the Ad Council.
Yeah, I know you're starting to like it, aren't you? Chop that wood. Yeah, that's it. Ow! You're sick! You're sick! Why would you do that to me? I'm just kidding you, pal.
Now back to the Inland Sports Show. Here's Pep and Jeff.
And welcome back to the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE. There he goes. It's John Ramey. Yeah. That's our favorite, John. Cheap Rent off your album.
Oh, thank you. That's that's the new record, Exposition Line.
That's the new one.
God, you're the man.
We're gonna send it straight to number 1.
I love it. John Ramey, how's it going, buddy?
It's going great, man. Just hunkered down here in the Marriott in downtown San Jose, getting ready for a classic trap game. Nevada 5-0, San Jose State at home 0-6. Probably better than that record indicates. Nevada's got Boise State at home on Saturday. Could be looking ahead. It's classic trap scenario.
Yeah, you're right. You don't want to stub your toe on a team like San Jose State. We were talking about when we kind of bring it back home to UC Riverside. There's games out there that you're supposed to win. This is a game you're supposed to win if you're Nevada. And again, setting up that more of a showdown. with Boise State coming up this weekend.
I mean, the thing is, games you're supposed to win is such a dangerous and really specious phrase in conference, right? It's just any game to win in conference on the road, more precious than gold. And, Nevada's the only undefeated team left in the Mountain West at 5-0. Boise is 5-1. So, yeah, that's a big matchup on Saturday, but it would lose a little bit of luster if the Pac fall to San Jose State. Now, the Spartans are 0-6 in the league, but check this out. Here's the weird stat of the week. I actually was sharing this with Coach Musselman in our pregame conversation, and he was remarking on how strange it was. San Jose State has lost all 6 games they've played in conference this year, but they've outshot their opponent from the field in 4 of them. And they've actually made more baskets in 3 of the 6 losses. The reason they've lost is because they're the most turning over team in the nation, right? They shoot themselves in the foot. But it's a really odd stat.
Well, Nevada's off to a good 5-0 start. We've got San Diego State and Fresno State coming up, and Boise State just beat San Diego State. So, we're 5-6 games deep into the Mountain West Conference now, John. So we start to see a little bit of separation on the teams who are the real contenders and the teams that are going to fall back. I mean, is it safe to say you kind of get an idea at this point?
I still think everybody but Air Force and San Jose State could win that tournament, and it's a one bid league. But yeah, Nevada, Boise State, San Diego State, Fresno State appear to be kind of the top 4. UNLV drifting back to the pack a little bit, even though they have the great matchup challenge in the middle with Brandon McCoy. But I think Boise, San Diego State, and Fresno State, along with the Wolfpack, are kind of the 4 big ones right now. It's exciting. It's conference basketball. And Fresno State at San Diego State, I mean, that, again, is a game San Diego State is, air quotes, supposed to win. But Fresno State's a good team.
Yeah, Fresno State. In fact, we've talked to their superstar. Was it from
Deshaun Taylor?
Deshaun Taylor,
Chicago.
Yeah, and
score 18 a game.
When he came in, he was totally said, "Hey, we're going to win the conference." He said, and didn't even mention San Diego State. But like you said, San Diego State sits at 3-2. Fresno State 3-3. But you have a logjam of 4 teams in the conference at 3-3. So something's going to happen here in this next week that's going to start separating some of those teams.
Well, Saturday you have Boise at Nevada, but then San Diego State still on the road at New Mexico. Again, that's San Diego State probably should win that game, but what world are you living in when you're like, well, you should win in New Mexico, right?
Yeah,
that's just hard to say. It's hard to think about.
We got John Ramey, Nevada Wolfpack broadcaster here on the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. A little bit later tonight here on Fox Sports IE, it's San Diego State taking on Fresno State. Tip-off at 8 o'clock, but I believe the pregame show starts at 7. But John's up there hunkered down in San Jose. And John, while I've got you on the phone, I'm always curious how you spend your time on the road because Jeff, he likes to go find places to eat. I'm usually hunkered down on my laptop because I'm basically a hermit. I don't like to leave the hotel room. I just picture you sitting down with your guitar, writing down like a musical artist that you are, like writing down lyrics as they come to you. What do you do to kill the time on the road?
Sadly, it's not nearly that romantic.
It sounds glamorous.
I'm more like you. I know, Pep, I'm exactly like you. The curtains are drawn, I'm wearing sweatpants, and I'm dialed into my laptop just trying to cram as much information in my brain before the ball goes up. Actually, the biggest thing for me personally, and this is a little behind the curtain, I'm much more worried about like the 30 minutes of pregame I have to do, especially on the road by myself. I'm thinking about who I can interview and what I can say, what sound I can pull, and how I can edit it just so that it isn't a 30-minute monologue. So that's actually most of the time I'm just buried in my laptop trying to make sure the pregame show's, decent. Because once the ball goes up, then it's fun.
Now, John, that's a lot of work to as a one-man band. I mean, you're calling the game, you're doing everything. Now, I have a question to ask you. And
hold on, it's not a lot of work.
You do a lot of heavy
I'm not digging ditches,
Well, John, I have a very serious question, and you can be totally honest with me. So,
yeah,
last year you did games with the incomparable Jeff Gorham over here, right?
No.
So here's what I have discovered as Jeff and I are doing UC Riverside basketball games this year. There will be like a huge play.
Oh, he's like, why?
Dikembe Martin will hit a 3. The Highlanders will go up by 1. There's only 2 minutes left, and I'm all fired up, right? And I look over at Jeff. John, he's almost asleep. Did he ever like fall asleep on you last year calling a game? Did you ever call it and you look over at him and he's like zoned out or his eyes are closed?
Now, Gorham will confirm this. I'm far too narcissistic to have ever noticed what Jeff was doing. Yes. If the game was close.
Hey, what was the rule? Okay, we've talked about this on the show, and this is one of the reasons I'm kind of quiet. If it's at the end of the game and it's a close game,
yeah.
What was it? And this was. Let's pull the curtain back. What did you used to tell me?
Oh yeah, well if there's a big moment, yeah, I said, Jeff,
keep your mouth shut.
Don't just be quiet. If something big happens,
get out of the way.
Now that's not as self-serving as it sounds.
No, but it was just so funny.
No, because listen, it's a tight game, and you're down to the last possession, 10 seconds. I mean, it's kind of crazy anyway, right? The game itself, we've all been to a close basketball game. The structure of the game itself strains at the seams. So if you're just listening on the radio and all this madness is happening, you're trying to, and you care about the game, you're in your car, you can't get to your, you can't see it, whatever. It's important that the announcers don't add to the confusion. So, for example, if it's big crowd, close at the end, it's not just Jeff I wanted to shut up. I wanted to shut up as fast as possible, too, right? I want to be like, and good, and Riverside wins, and then everybody shuts up so you can hear the crowd.
You know what? I'm really hoping UCR and Northridge are close tonight. I'm going to look at Jeff and say, shut up and get out of the way. It's my time.
The other thing is, Pepper, you can just, you got a mixing board right there, right? You can just put him on mute.
The thing is, hey, here's the deal. Hey, guess who runs the mixer?
No.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, I know how to do it now. I
set it up. You let Gorham.
No, he does. He knows all the knobs and all the different colors, and he turns them up and down.
Wow.
Hey, I'm a producer at that point, my friend. I know all the knobs.
A lot has changed since last year.
Yeah, I can do commercials. I call Stretch Internet before. I say, we're going to do a test. This is what we're doing. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm ready.
Look at you.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud of myself. It's all because of you.
You're an educator. I knew you had the intellectual bandwidth.
No, not really. I don't know how it is. But see, I wrote down a lot of notes. I took pictures with my cell phone.
A
lot of pictures.
Yeah.
But now I know how to do it, so I'm not as dumb as I look.
Yeah, man. No, it's kind of like flying an airplane. There's a checklist. You got to make sure you do things right so that once it starts, nothing goes wrong.
Just like flying an airplane.
Yeah. I'm going to fly an airplane next. That's my next goal.
Oh, boy. Hey, John, let's leave you on this one. True or false? Have you ever used your own music as bumper music going in and out of a broadcast?
That is true because UCLA baseball played in the postseason tournament several times, and we went commercial free because it was a different set of rights fees if you wanted to air commercials. So we went commercial free, and I actually just did a series of kind of instrumental acoustic guitar pieces that I would play in between innings.
And also, since you did the UCLA Bruins, I was just telling Pep this. You have a national championship ring, do you not?
I do, and I have. Just for the record, I think it's silly that broadcasters get rings.
I don't.
However,
I have it on right now.
I'm not giving mine up.
Well, John Maxwell has one from the WNBA, and so the two guys that I have worked with, Pep has no ring, maybe from soccer back in the day, but both guys I've worked with in the last year have big national championship or world championship rings. That's pretty sweet. And then my guy next to me here, Ghizal, do you have a ring?
I do.
You do too?
UCR Women Basketball 2010 NCAA tournament.
So all of you guys have. By the way, Ghizal's right next to me here. I don't know if you knew that.
What's up, Ramey? How are you?
Big G, good to hear you. It was teased that you were in studio, but I was wondering where you were.
Yeah. How's the? You're in San Jose, so how is it up there?
It's the inside of a hotel room, man. You know how it is. Drinking.
I want to defend John on one thing. So me and Jeff had this discussion too. When we worked football, the rule with Jeff was if it's a big touchdown, give it 3 seconds.
There it is. I told you.
Let them hear the crowd, and then you can. I have the rule with Alan. Alan too. because Alan's excitable, and I want him to get excited, but I want the excitement to come after the crowd has swelled. It's like when Jack Buck said, "Go crazy, folks, go crazy." Me and Alan have a signal when it's okay for him to go crazy.
See, Pep, the thing is, I've been browbeaten. I'm like Pavlov's dog. When when you screw up enough and you say, just knock it off, be quiet, just have a tendency to be quiet. I'm not sleeping.
It's not a screw up. You'll be shocked at how many play-by-play guys complain. Oh, my color guy does this. I'm like, well, did you say anything to him? Did you explain it to him?
Did you communicate? Yeah.
I've learned.
No.
I've learned.
So I'd rather be the guy. I'd rather be thought mean by explaining something than not explain it and then be like, oh, Jeff's horrible. He doesn't know what he's doing. It's like, well, you never told him what to do.
I've been told. He hung up on us.
He hung up. You got to go. Remember, he said 350. He's got to go. So, Jeff, I'll just make it real simple. Just shut up.
I'm not going to talk. I'm not going to say one word tonight.
Because Ramey and I both cut highlights, so it's also you got to think about the highlight as well.
Yeah, you guys want reels. I just want to show up and go, this is great.
And keep your eyes open.
This is so much fun.
Hey, Ramey, I'm glad you're back. We're going to wrap this up because we know you got to get out of those sweatpants and actually call a game tonight. But we're gonna close on Rock and Roll is a Lie.
Is that a good one?
I'm into it.
Okay, how did you name that? I'm just curious. When you name your songs, for example, this one, Rock and Roll is a Lie, how did you come up with that?
I tell you what, that one, it just came to me, man. I mean, a lot of times, I want to name it not the refrain, but this one, it was so kind of specific and direct and I wasn't trying to be clever. Like, I was just angry. I think I was just bitter.
Sitting in a hotel room in some random Big West city with his championship ring on, just strumming on the guitar.
Yeah, bitter. My life's terrible. Yeah, this is awful. Yeah.
I have never been written into a song. I would love to be written into a song, John Ramey.
Well, what rhymes with Gorham?
You can write a song.
Gorham.
Credit recovery. Credit recovery. That'd be a great song.
Okay. All right, Gorham. You got it, Gorham, man. Poor Gorham's hanging out with all these guys with rings. He's like Charles Barkley hanging out with Bill Russell.
Alan's got a ring, too, by the way. 2009 NCAA men's.
That's his parting shot. John, you're the best. Have a great call tonight, brother. We appreciate it.
Love you, John.
Thank you very much, guys. Love you all. Love you all. Have a good one.
You too. That's the great John Ramey, broadcaster for the Nevada Wolfpack and a dear friend of the show and musician.
I take a lot of grief. I really do. This is unwarranted grief. All right. I'm a nice guy. I don't deserve it.
We got to take a break because allegedly we're going to have Reggie Theus, the head coach of Cal State Northridge. Is that true?
Are you kidding me?
I'm flying the colors today.
You are.
Just in case.
Yeah.
I knew there was
they have a worse record than the Lakers.
Hey, we'll be right back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE. I know, 1350 a.m.
You know what your problem is?
We're small, family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajalco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the Crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
and Jeff Gorham.
I got my jeans on and I got my team strong. Just in case, Reggie Theus, hopefully he's going to call in just a little bit. They're playing Northridge and UCR, the head coach of the Matadors.
I was really hoping he was going to show up in studio just so I could have locked eyes with him. He's a beautiful man.
Pretty dreamy.
I'm telling you, that's why teams lose. That's why he hasn't been looking at, he hasn't gone out before the game, and you got to stare players in the eyes. That they would win games if he did that because he is Reggie Theus, for gosh sakes.
I would come in with shades.
Yeah, and just take off the shades. But Coach,
Coach
Theus, though, if you go to games, he won't come out until right before the game tip-off. Because I want to see him.
He doesn't come out right before tip-off?
Actually, here he'll come out. Like at home he doesn't. Here, he'll be here.
Yeah, I was all excited to see him last year. I drove out to Northridge, for the game, and I didn't get to see him until they came out. I'm like,
he's big time.
He's very big time. When I was a little kid, I used to have basketball cards of him from the Chicago Bulls and your Sacramento Kings.
Sacramento Kings. So he was making you hang. You were hanging.
Hanging?
Like hang time.
Hang time, man.
We had some hang time clips pulled
Yes,
up.
we did. I was really hoping he was going to come in studio. That would have been cool.
Yeah, we're efforting to have Reggie Theus.
That'd be great.
Maybe in the next 15, 30 minutes here on the Inland Sports Show. Welcome back. Here on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM, we're proudly brought to you by Spoiled, quick quality oil change, Ken Sporting Goods, Boost Performance Training, and Catalano Motors in Corona. This guy, the
scribe of Riverside.
This guy, a very popular man in these parts, the great Jim Alexander, sports columnist. Yes, you can clap.
Yes.
The Press Enterprise. Jim, working on anything exciting lately? I think we asked you this last time, and there's always seems to be a new wrinkle or something to add to the mix.
Yeah, did that article come out?
Was he at the game on Saturday?
Yes, he was.
Okay,
I was.
I wasn't there. I didn't know.
Now, last time you were here, you were getting ready to break the big story, another UCR's landmark story, and then you've been working on golf. You're all over the place.
That's what I do. As long as they let me do it. I hope they'll let me do it for a while.
So the latest was
these days.
The latest was the golf, right?
Latest was the golf.
What's it called now?
It's the Career Builder Challenge.
They're hard to keep track of when they change the sponsors.
Yeah, that is golf's natural constituency. People who need jobs. Probably shouldn't say that.
Let me ask you this: is Ricky Fowler in it?
No.
Is Brendan Steele?
Brendan Steele is in it.
Okay. UCR and him guy.
Ricky Fowler tends to go to Abu Dhabi this week instead.
That's not bad.
There's probably more money, right?
Where they give appearance fees, yes.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
As the tournament director told me, he says, they're independent contractors. Can you blame them?
Yeah. They're going to follow the money, right?
Absolutely.
So what is the latest that you've been doing on UCR? You went to the game on Saturday, another tough one. Obviously, you cover them pretty closely, so you know the theme where they fall behind and they battle back just enough to make it interesting, and then they find a way to just come up a little bit short at the end.
And I tweeted Saturday night that you got to feel for Justin Bell because he is throwing everything he has into this since taking over as the interim head coach. I mean, you just watch him on the sidelines and you watch the effort he expends. Sometimes I'm thinking, well, I wish his players would expend as much effort as he is. But I just feel for him because I just don't know that it's going to end well.
Yeah, the deck is kind of stacked against him, and it's not because of the players. It's not because it's a tough situation. You lose your coach right before a conference. He's running virtually the same stuff, changed up a few things, but Pep and I, we want him to do well. We want the players to do well because we're around those guys all the time. I think he's got a great mind for basketball. I think he's come out with great game plans. I just don't know if they have the firepower to really put the ball in the basket. There's a lot of teams, though, that'll have one or two scores. And you look at Riverside, and outside of Dikembe Martin, it's been Alex Larson, and he's right around 10 points. It's kind of tough.
Chance Murray's at 10, I think, right now.
But
they don't have somebody, and they haven't had somebody for a long time who could be a dependable scorer from the perimeter, who you can give the ball and say, go shoot threes.
Yeah.
And know that he's going to make a good percentage of it.
So not only are they lacking some offensive punch, but Dikembe Martin's out for 5 games. They're leading scorer, so it's kind of like the problem's been compounded with that. Yeah. And now you're in a situation where you're going head-to-head with the team, Cal State Northridge, that you're battling just get into the postseason tournament, the conference tournament.
And again, this is a repeat of the same story. Last year, you had a bunch of guys serve suspensions. The year before that, it was Taylor Johns. And now it's DK, who's their best player. And now he's sitting for his mysterious violation of team rules. Who knows where that's coming from? And I'll leave it at that. But when you have expectations and the athletic director expects all the teams to finish top 3 in the conference and also be all academic and all this stuff, But when you give them those expectations, but you don't give them the resources to do it, and you don't give them the support to do it, what do you expect?
Well, right now they are 0-4 in the Big West Conference. They need to get a win against Cal State Northridge tonight. They just at least got to stay in the mix to finish in the top 8. And right now Northridge is also winless. So one of these teams will leapfrog the other in terms of trying to finish ahead of, in terms of that conference tournament. You just want to get to March and Anaheim and get a couple of wins there.
And see, that's the thing, because you make the change right before conference. And I want to say this. I really think that as much as all those guys have talked about, well, we're not going to let it bother us. We're going to go forward. This is our task, etc. There's got to be an after effect, and I think guys are feeling it. And I'm sure they're trying as hard as they can, but there's just something missing there. And I think maybe that move right before New Year's, right before conference, might have taken a little bit of the spirit out of them. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, usually it's the other way around. Yeah. Especially in the NBA. I mean, well, guys aren't listening. You've lost the locker room, etc. You make a change, and guys kind of get introspective and figure, okay, maybe I had something to do with that, and so they bust their butts for the next guy. But that has not happened here, I don't think.
Yeah, and the tough thing is you can kind of back that up by saying that they haven't had anybody leave the program in 3 years. I mean,
that might change.
Yeah, I mean, that
might
could
change now.
So guys are – I never ever felt that Coach Cuss lost the team. I don't feel that Coach Bell has really lost the team. But I think emotionally, it's like you said, it does take a toll on athletes because that's a family. I mean, you guys are spending a lot of time together. And I know Coach Cuss was involved personally with each one of his student athletes, just like Coach Bell. And it goes down the line. Coach Rim, Coach Wilkerson, they all are part of the program. But yeah, it's got to be kind of hard. It's like a death in the family almost. You lose somebody.
And I would think, and I don't know this for sure because none of these guys have come right out and said it, and I haven't really pressed the issue. But I wonder if it reaches a point where you say, okay, I'm playing for the guys in this room, I'm playing for our coaches, but I'm not playing for anybody else. I mean, it's not. It's just that everything else is noise. The only guys that count are the guys in this room. If it's coming to that, or if it's going to come to that.
Yeah, I do think they're playing hard. But as a coach, the one thing I see that's missing is you have guys at Northridge. You have Michael Warren can score the basketball. Guys that have an opportunity that any given night they can go out and get 25, 30 points if they choose to do so. Riverside only had really one guy get 30 this year. That was Dikembe Martin. But then he's had games where he hasn't scored. He's had 0 points or 0 attempts. They go to Michigan, he doesn't score. These are, if you're going to have a scorer, he's got to be able to score almost every single night, get you something from him. With him not playing, there really is not a guy out there that's went out and said, hey, I put up 25, I put up 30 this year. There isn't that one guy that you can count on.
It's hard to build consistency when you don't have that guy or those guys that you can count on, and you know what you're going to get out of them on a given night. UCR doesn't have that.
No, and they just have to keep games close in order to win, and it's tough. It's tough to learn how to win. Once they win, maybe things change a little bit, but they haven't won in a while, and losing it's contagious.
It's played out the same way.
Yeah,
at times.
Losing's contagious, winning's contagious. It's just tougher to learn how to win.
Yeah, and when you look back and you think when they left on that road trip right before New Year's, they were 5-7. They were 2 games under 500, and you're thinking, no. Beaten Air Force, beaten Valpo, maybe something they can build off of. I thought it interesting in my conversation with the chancellor last week, the chancellor being the spokesman for the athletic director, I guess. And he mentioned that the athletic director felt those games were given to UCR rather than UCR going out and taking them. And I thought that was very curious. I mean, I'm probably wading into waters that I really don't want to wade into right now.
Yeah.
But and in my conversation with Kim Wilcox, I mean, most of the talking points could have been written by Tamika. So I don't know.
Yeah, on the teams that they did play on that road trip, Utah Valley was a very good WAC team. They shot the ball very well. Then you go to Seattle University, and Seattle University was one of the better teams I saw all year. I mean, they had 7 guys. They had 2 graduate transfers that were really just that was a phenomenal
Because, Jeff,
team.
that Utah Valley game,
They
UCR had one of their best offensive games all season long. It's just they picked the wrong night to play that Utah Valley
Utah
team.
Valley hits 13 threes in the first half. That's unheard of in college basketball. The very next game, 2 nights later, they're in Seattle. They hit 14 threes. But you look at the WAC conference is a shooting conference. They had the same issue at Grand Canyon. Grand Canyon went out to a giant lead because they can shoot. That
Montana, same thing.
Those are the guys.
Lead, battle back.
Those are that conference. They recruit shooters. They recruit scorers. And I'll tell you what, there was no chance that they were going to beat Seattle University on Seattle University's floor with those guys because they had 7 guys that were athletically superior that could score the basketball. And they were outmatched. It wasn't coaching. It was just better. My athletes are better than your athletes, and we're going to beat you.
And the other thing about my conversation with the chancellor, coming back to that, and it's sort of interesting because we've just been talking about how they fall behind and then scramble back into games. But the rationalization he gave was, well, the team fades late in the season. The team doesn't finish strong. And if you look at the records, if you go back and you look, and it's true, in each season they've had kind of a prolonged losing streak toward the end of the season. But you also have to, and a letter writer made this point in response to that column, what do you expect when you've got a team that's under budgeted and other teams that have large budgets and have resources have more depth? And you're dealing, you've got guys who are wearing down, and you're dealing against teams that are getting better. Okay, maybe there's a reason they're getting better, and maybe it's not just coaching.
Yeah.
And they all have arenas. They all have places. They get to play a lot more home games than UC Riverside. UC Riverside doesn't get to play a lot of home games in their preseason. You go, Cal Baptist across the street, they played, 11?
13 of their first 17 at home.
And that might change. And I've been out there, and it's a spectacular building, and it's a spectacular game night experience. I mean, they've done everything. Well, they've tried to replicate Grand Canyon, what Grand Canyon does with student engagement and all that. But,
Crazy.
The whole atmosphere, it's almost like a major college team or even an NBA team. But, it's going to be interesting, and I want to talk to Rick Croy about this at some point.
He'll be on at 5:30 if you hang out.
Well, I'll be out of here. I'll be at the substation by then.
Get dinner.
But what I would want to know is, I shouldn't say this because I'm probably feeding you guys a question to ask him. But
that's okay.
Coming to a column near you.
Make sure you send me the tape. But starting next year, you're playing D1 schedules. You're not playing in the Pac West anymore. You're in the WAC, and you have to come up with a non-conference schedule against Division I teams,
which might be a lot more traveling.
It's going to be a lot more traveling because I don't care how nice that arena is.
Yeah,
you play. You're
going
the
to pick
new
up
kid,
games that want to play those teams. That want to play
You're the new kid
you.
on the block, and they don't want to play you at your place.
Yep,
so
exactly right.
That's going to be an issue, and just the whole struggle of Division I. It's going to be a challenge for them. I'll be interested to see how they come through
Navigate
it.
I think because Cal Baptist has a little bit of money, that they might be able to throw their weight around to get some of these smaller Division I schools next year to play a lot of home games because they do have that money. They don't need to spend it traveling everywhere. They just say, hey, look, we got this new thing. We're going to give you $80,000, $90,000 to come play here. And I could see them doing that and getting those home games.
Like UCR?
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
That was a cheap shot.
That's right, though.
But UCR is not going to take a guarantee to go across town.
No.
I don't think CBU would offer it. But
no.
Jim, can you hang out one more segment?
I certainly can.
All right, we're going to bring Jim back, go another 10 minutes or so. I want to ask you about the Ball brothers.
Oh, yeah.
In Lithuania. I already know his
Head
answer.
slap.
I already know his answer. And also, did you know UCR has their basketball job on Simply Hired?
Yeah, did you know that? So anybody can apply. You and I
Jeff
can
and I went through it the other day. Because Jeff actually qualified for a lot of things, Jeff.
Yeah, but I don't want to
leave me?
No, I never want to coach again.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Jim,
I might apply. Tamika needs a laugh.
We'll be right back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
We focus on the customer here. not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
We're a small family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajalco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the Crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
There yet? Yep, it's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. Visit discovertheforest.org, brought to you by the Ad Council and the U.S. Forest Service.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
You know what? I will have some meatloaf. Let's have some meatloaf. You want some? Yes. I knew you'd come. Hey, Mom! The meatloaf! We want it now! The meatloaf! What is she doing? I never know what she's doing back there.
Now back to the Inland Sports Show. Here's Pep and Jeff.
Song for you also. Welcome to Lithuania. Welcome to Lithuania. Welcome to Lithuania, the land of your beautiful basketball. Vataiva po lietuvių kalba. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening for all our spectators from abroad.
Oh, that was the basketball call. I love that song. It kind of gets stuck in my head for whatever reason.
You and I were somewhere and you were singing that song.
Lithuania, land
yeah, we were.
lady.
You were singing that wherever we were, and I was like, "What are you singing that crap for?
It's
That's
better than
horrible."
the kids songs I always get stuck in my
You're
head.
crazy. I love the kids songs. I watched.
Lithuania is a great place. Stop it.
Yeah, if you like.
Sarunas Maršalonis. Yeah. What's Arvydas Sabonis, Lithuanian?
Well, it was a great place, and then we ruined it because we sent the Ball brothers over.
Yeah,
I've listened to you guys all week, and Jim too. I'll include Jim in this. I don't get LeVar Ball is a genius. You guys just don't get it.
We
don't get it.
No.
He is like, remember Mike Fleiss? Remember that show, Hot or Not? And I thought it was the most ridiculous thing. And then I saw Mike Fleiss, and I'm like, who am I kidding? This man is a genius. Somebody's paying him $1 million to do this show, which we could have done in our backyard for $20. So, I tip my cap to LeVar Ball.
LeVar Ball knows how to
get on the mic for us, Jim. We only got about 5 minutes here, and I got a couple more questions for you because I know you got to run off the substation. We work around Jim's dinner schedule.
Yes, we do.
We accommodate here on the.
You got to get an
show.
ad deal with them.
The number 22 is that what's your sandwich?
Small number 11.
11. That's what it is.
Can't go with a full stomach, right? Just a nice little.
We're going over to Larry Ball's.
How big the large one is?
That's a snack for me.
All right, so the Ball's in Lithuania.
Mm-hmm.
Are you glad they're that far away?
Yes.
Yeah.
As long as LeVar stays with them.
I think he is, right? He's with the kids, right?
Oh, well, they're playing
the
AAU teams. They're playing AAU teams.
They'd be playing AAU teams here anyway.
No, but then they play in the pro division, and then they don't do anything. They go over.
Yeah, I think just from a purely basketball sense, I think LeVar may have overestimated his kid's impact in Lithuania or underestimated how tough the brand of basketball is there. Well, it'll be interesting to see over the next few months.
Well, as we affectionately say, the middle ball. Jeff thinks the middle ball's not very good.
That sounds like a mutant thing. I'm telling you, man.
But the youngest ball, mellow ball, you like mellow ball.
I have the little ball?
No, you like the little ball, not the middle ball.
Oh,
you like mellow ball.
Baby ball.
Yeah, he can play a little
Baby
bit.
ball. Yeah.
The little ball. The little ball on the left.
But my question is, how does he fit into a European style of ball where they share the basketball?
It's more technical,
Yeah,
I mean,
they've a little bit of an emphasis on fundamentals, and
it's
here's
not
Melo out there just gunning from 30.
It's not AAU basketball.
Yeah,
in Europe.
And you don't have your daddy coaching you either.
Yeah, and they are playing the big baller extravaganza, or whatever it's called. The
logo
blah
everywhere.
blah blah, and the referees have it on their shirt.
Brand logo.
Lithuania. Okay, maybe Lithuania isn't Paris or isn't Munich. But I'd love to be huge in Lithuania. I love it. They're big in Lithuania. Okay. It's like big in Riverside is okay. Some people would scoff at that. I would not.
I'm not sure that they're going to be that big in Lithuania.
Jim, have you done a column on them?
He's obsessed with
Are you working on that?
No.
Okay. Just curious.
I am hoping other people take my lead and kind of let LeVar be LeVar and not pay attention to him. Let it die. Go on with our lives.
Yeah, I don't.
Rather than reacting to everything
Jim,
he says.
Listen, I love you. I got to call you out on this.
Okay, go ahead.
You say you ignore him. You tweet about him like almost daily.
No, I don't. Not daily. Are you kidding me?
Come on.
Nah.
Hey, receipts, man. I'm gonna call you out. I'm gonna be honest.
Well, let's go back and look him up. Okay.
All I'm saying is, I just don't see Jim right now.
Jeff talks about him daily, though.
I do, because they make me so. It just makes me nuts.
Jeff watched him on Facebook. He was one of them.
I was in class. I'm in my class. I'm looking down. I say, hey, the game is on. So I flipped it on. I go, wait a second. They're playing against 16 to 17-year-old kids that had no hair anywhere. They weren't shaving anywhere. And then they play on the weekend, and they're playing against pros, and they don't get off the bench. And I'm going, wait a second. And I look at the referees, and they had BBB on the back of their shirts. I saw it on the court.
On center court, on the signage around it. Jim, we're running out of time real quick, though. So if you go to Simply Hired, simplyhired.com, they do have the UCR men's basketball job.
You
a
can
whole
apply.
description of what they're looking for. Again, I put Jeff up to the test.
I fit it all.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Jeff
I did.
Pretty much fit. So you could be the next guy.
Guess what? I am not going to apply. I am never coaching basketball ever again.
I will be interested in looking at that to see exactly what the expectations
Apply
are.
now.
I will say this. I have had several coaches reach out to me and go, hey, can you put in a good word for me? I have had that.
Jeff's got juice.
Yeah. And one of them is a big, an ex-NBA coach, an assistant.
Really?
Yeah.
I know it.
Yeah, you do know it.
Really?
Yeah.
Jim, we appreciate the time. We'll let you get your sandwich. We'll see you courtside tonight at SRC Arena. It's UC Riverside taking on Cal State Northridge. Are you going to sit by me?
Absolutely.
He always sits by me.
If you're on the inside.
Be honest. Do you get annoyed hearing Jeff and I, or are you like, oh, I just want to focus on the game?
I try to make him laugh at least once a game. I try.
I can't even hear you guys when it gets going.
You can sit right between us.
It's not necessarily crowd noise, but the place gets so loud.
Just sit between us. You know what? Just sit right between us. We got headsets on. We can sit.
We'll be yelling right past you.
Yeah, you can sit right between us. You could be part of the. You could be one of our producers.
Writers.
We're writers. You're a writer.
You've already got 70 producers.
Oh man, we're big time. Yeah, we're big time. No, all the writers we have and producers and fact checkers.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
Jim, you're the best.
Not for you, but
Thank you.
Yeah.
Jim Alexander, Press Enterprise Sports columnist here on the Inland Sports Show. When we come back, we'll talk more UCR. We got Trent Rush. He's calling the game on ESPN tonight.
He's big time. He's that angel guy, isn't he?
He's also the angel.
And I see him all over social media. And he's like thin now, like he looks like a CrossFit
gonna
guy.
take some tips from him?
I'm gonna see what he's eating, and I'm gonna whatever he eats, I'm gonna eat double it because I'm a double guy. So I think I'll lose weight still. But look, he's he's a fit guy now, and he's always. Is this your wife or your girlfriend? Who's unbelievable? Hey, good job, buddy. Good. Hey, you kicked out of coverage right there, buddy. That's pretty impressive. I want to tell you, good job, buddy.
We'll be right back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
I played once upon a time at Centennial High School. I was actually on the first ever CIF championship team back in 2000, and then my senior year we won it again. I think that's my passion because I've done it. You know, I know exactly where these athletes are at. I know what their mindset is right now. I know how hard it is to, number one, find a performance coach who can take you to the next level. What sets us apart has to be, you know, how we work with our athletes and what we know. We can take an athlete and you know, help them reach their athletic potential, you know, help them, you know, prevent injuries, help get them stronger. I know every single athlete who steps into this gym. I know exactly where they're at, and I'm going to progress them every week. If you're not getting results, then, you know, really what's it about? We're going to deliver something that's measurable, you know, in terms of speed, power, you know, strength, agility.
Focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
We're small, family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajalco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. Brought to you by UNCF and the Ad Council.
I just wanted to say that I'm a nerd. And I'm here tonight to stand up for the rights of other nerds.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
And welcome back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. We're proudly brought to you by Spoiled, quick quality oil change, Ken Sporting Goods, Boost Performance Training, and Catalana Motors in Corona. We've had a lot of people in here, Jeff.
Man, this is the most we've ever had.
A lot of guys.
You know, honestly, if we were just missing one guy, and we would have had the entire media center for tonight's UC Riverside basketball.
That's right. Richie, right?
Richie's the only guy that's not here. We could have had Ghizal, Allen, Trent. It would have been everybody, and you and I.
Well, Trent Rush will have the call tonight. It's ESPN 3, right? They got it right?
Hey, playoff implications tonight. Postseason berth could be on the line.
Playoffs start tonight.
I'm telling you, man, I had so much fun going to that tournament last year. I'll be really sad if Pep and I can't call a game from the pond. That's a great touch. There's good food, too.
I think you guys are still going to get there. I have a feeling you guys will still get there.
I sure hope so, because the food was fantastic. The Learfield suite was fantastic. I was bumping shoulders with people that I normally wouldn't bump shoulders with at all. So it was very cool. And I want you to experience it, Pep.
Now, see, Trent, Jeff and I do a lot of homework. We spend a lot of time
I
researching.
mean, hours upon hours.
And preparing for the games. In your research, what have you found out about UC Riverside? We're just curious, and not like we're going to steal it.
Yeah, let's see what you got going on here.
In my research, well, I'm curious why Dikembe Martin's missing 5 games. I hear the violation of team rules thing, so that's disappointing. I know he's a go-to scorer for you guys.
Their leading scorer, and the post. He's from Riverside. He's the poster boy.
Yeah, he's pre-med. Smart kid.
Yeah. No, I really like Dikembe Martin. He's actually somebody that, like, as I've been talking to other coaches around the league, you kind of get to hear about the guys. Hey, we kind of wish we had this guy.
Yeah.
Every coach talks about Dikembe Martin as that guy, saying, hey, we wish we had Dikembe. I want to see Chance shoot the ball better. I know that's been really disappointing because he's
bugaboo all year.
Yeah, he's somebody. He's a scorer. I was listening to guys on the way in, and he is somebody that has the ability to go out and get you 20 a night. But he's got to be able to make shots, and I know he's a volume scorer, but still, maybe he can be a go-to. Alex Larson seems to be coming along, though. I liked what I saw from him at Fullerton.
Yeah, he's consistent. He's always going to get you 10 points. He's going to, he's, I think, 3rd or 4th in the conference of getting double-doubles. He plays hard athletically. I just think he's kind of peaked athletically. If he's hitting that nice baby hook shot, he's pretty darn good. We go back to Chance Murray. If Chance Murray gets going early, he's a pretty darn good player for the rest of the game. But when you can tell he kind of gets in a funk, he'll fade away on his jump shot when he's not hitting. And as a coach, I go, you just jump straight up, straight down. Make sure you follow through. When he's on fire, he's a really, really good player.
Well, going back to what you were saying though about Alex Larson, I mean, I remember talking with Dennis back when Larson was a freshman, just coming in, and it kind of seemed like he was Cut's pet project, that he really wanted Larson to be that guy, being a 7-footer and getting him in or close to 7 feet, and he was that big dude. And I think that was kind of disappointing. I mean, of everybody on that team, and I understand the situation as tough as it is over there, but with all that being considered, like, to me, Larson's the guy that probably feels that the most, because I know Dennis was all over Larson, and that was the guy he was really spending time with.
Yeah, in fact, Alex Larson has more starts than any player in UC Riverside history.
How many, Jeff?
106.
It sounds like you made it up.
No, 106
right?
starts.
Okay.
I'm going to need a fact check because I want to use that on the ESPN broadcast.
Fact checkers!
Yeah,
it's either 106 or 107.
See, now
but it's within one. Hey, within one is a pretty good fact.
Because when he hit 100, it was a milestone. He broke the school record, so we're like, okay, 100.
It's 106 or 107, but I mean, he, like you said, he is the poster child under Cuts, under Bell, because Bell recruited these guys. Right. But he is one of those guys that has improved his numbers every single year. His free throw percentage has gone up every year. His field goal percentage has gone up every year, and his rebounding has gone up every year.
I got a question for you guys though, because I was listening on the way in, as I mentioned, and I know that you take a lot of grief on this show.
I take a lot, just too much.
And I get it. But I got a bone to pick with Pep on this one because I'm hearing. I'm hearing John Ramey get on the phone, and you guys get to travel and go to all these cool places, right? I'm like you. I like to go out and experience the world. Sit in your hotel room, just facing the laptop, man. Who wants to do that? Come on, you know UC Riverside. You know how to call the game.
Hey, we were in Santa Barbara. Was it 2 weekends ago? And we're like after the game, I was like,
they put us in a suite, two suites.
We had our own hotel. We had our own hotel rooms, like our own,
like suites,
I didn't have to
like suites. They weren't. It was a full on suite.
I was like, what are you gonna do tonight? You know what we did? I had a big sandwich at King Kong. I watched King Kong and ate my sandwich.
Hey, the sandwich was this. The sandwich, no joke, it was like 3 feet long.
I have a picture.
Normally, though, he does have a picture. Normally,
so big.
When I go on road trips, I try to experience every place I go.
Yeah.
And usually somebody is scraping me off of the sidewalk. Most of the time, after dark, there's Jeff. He's over there hanging out on the sidewalk.
Big pile of Jeff.
Yeah, big pile of Jeff. Somebody please take care of Jeff because Jeff is in over his head. I experience and love it. But Pep,
I'm a hermit.
What I have learned is I have to get a lot of my sightseeing in before tip-off. So I like to go around during the game and figure this stuff out, because if it gets late, I want no part of it. Right? No, if you lose, you want no part of it.
It's over.
Yes.
All right now let's go to the Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change Celebrity Hotline. We're so excited to have this guy on the show. It's the head coach of Cal State Northridge. They've got UCR tonight. It is the great Reggie Theus. Coach, how are you today?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Good, man. We're fired up to have you on the show. We have Trent Rush here as well from ESPN3. He's calling your game tonight. We're calling it a playoff game. How do you look at this contest with UCR?
Well, it's a battle for the bottom of the conference right now. I think both teams are not playing as good as they can play, but it should be a really good basketball game because you always have something to play for. And this is going to be a bloodbath.
Well, we're still in our first time through conference play, so it's the first time you're seeing UCR this season. But how big, I know it's still early January, but how big is this game, not only for your Matadors, but for the Highlanders as well? Because, again, one of these teams will leapfrog the other in the Big West standings as we have it right now.
Well, listen, I tell my guys, every game is a big game. No matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing, they're all big games. And you look at this game, and you have to have an opportunity. They're looking at us as an opportunity to get a first win in conference, and so are we. So you're looking at two teams that I would assume that are very hungry, and I think there'll be a real battle.
We got Reggie Theus here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM, former NBA star, now the head coach at Cal State Northridge. We got Matadors and Highlanders coming up tonight, 7 o'clock from the SRC Arena. Coach, without giving away all your secrets, when you look at UCR, what do you think are the keys to getting that W against UC Riverside tonight?
Well, I think that they run a pretty strong high-low game. We're a small team, so I always worry about their size. They've got great size in the middle, so I'm really concerned with that part of the game with them.
Yeah, UCR, when you look around the landscape of the Big West Conference, they've got Alex Larson, they got Menno Dijkstra, Edie Diallo's been getting increased minutes. So they do have size. Are they a little bit different from the other teams in the Big West just in terms of the size that they can run out on the floor?
Well, I think there's only one other team that's comparable in size to Riverside, and that's Irvine. So yeah, I think that it's Irvine and Riverside, but the two biggest teams in the conference.
Yeah, Coach Cutts actually, when he came in and kind of built this team for the Big West, he said before the season started, he goes, "Hey, we want to have big guys that can play with their back to the basket." That is something that you really don't see in the Big West as well. Irvine, like you said, and Riverside.
Well, and I think for Coach Cutts, this was his best team, and it's a hard team to play against. It's a team that went into Cal early in the season and beat Cal, and they've had some good wins. Been a little bit inconsistent, but certainly they have the ability to play with anybody in the Big West when it comes to their size.
We got Reggie Theus here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Coach Theus, I am a huge Sacramento Kings fan. In fact, I got my shirt on.
There you go.
I am. I know it's really bad right now. It looks bleak up there, but I'm still flying the colors. I still love my Kings. I'm just curious, as a former King and a former head coach in the NBA for the Kings, is it different coaching at the college level? I know the whole recruiting thing factors into being a head coach in college, but how much different is it from coaching an NBA guy as opposed to coaching a guy at the Division I level in college?
Well, I think that everything is the same in the sense that stability is still the key. And over the years, Sacramento Kings have not been, the stability has been shaky. They've gone through how many coaches over the last several years, and that to me doesn't help. You look at the good franchises around the country, the best franchises around the country are pretty solid, and they got great stability, and I think that's key. In terms of the individuals, players are kind of the same. The difference is that some are grown men that are very wealthy, and some are, they think they're grown men that don't have anything. So the college kids are very entitled, but pro guys, they have huge egos, and they're grown, and they're very wealthy. Whereas when I played, it was a coaches run league. Now it's a players run league. So college used to be more so about the coaches. And as the rules are changing, it's going to become more about the players, and that's going to mess everything up too.
Coach, Pep was talking Sacramento Kings. I'm going to go back to UNLV because I was a big UNLV fan when I was a kid. I'm going to say this. You're my second favorite UNLV player. And I'm going to say this nicely. Richard Box is my first. He's a local Riverside guy, so I always had my roots with Richard Box. But you were my second all-time favorite player. But
well, listen, if I've got to be second, I'm happy to be second to Richard Box. One of my favorites.
Yeah, one of my favorites as well. A really nice guy. And I'm going to say this. Also, I have all of your basketball cards, and I'm a big fan. But my wife is an even bigger fan.
If you catch his drift, yeah.
I'm telling you, man. Anytime I say, hey, I'm going to do a Northridge game, she goes, are you going to see that coach? And I said, what do you mean? The really good-looking one, the guy that was on a TV show. And I'm like, yeah. So tonight, if all goes well, maybe you win, or maybe beforehand, I might have to get a picture with you just so my wife can. She'll be happy with it.
It would be an honor.
Yes.
Listen,
sweet.
Sure.
Awesome. My second favorite UNLV player, and my favorite Kings player of all time. So
let's make sure I'll get to sign that. I'll say. To my second best fan.
There you go.
Hey, Coach, before we let you go, one final question here. So what's tougher, coaching at the Division I college level or acting on a Saturday morning show?
Well, listen, you said acting. You didn't say good acting.
Oh,
so
that's up to you.
As a player, I was a good player, so there's a big difference there. A lot of fun. There's the pressure is learning your lines. In acting, and obviously you got to do certain things. But there's nothing like playing sports. To the physicality of the game, the competition of the game, being able to highlight your talents in all areas of athleticism. There's nothing like that. But the show was a lot of fun. All I can say is, before I played the Coach Fuller and Hang Time, I used to be cool. I had a little swag and I was a little cool, but after being Coach Fuller on a Saturday morning sitcom, I kind of lost my cool.
You lost your street cred? I'm telling you, you gained street cred. I'm telling you.
Hey, Coach,
listen, you can only get hit with a pie so many times before they go, oh, he's just not cool anymore.
Hey, Coach, one follow-up question. The main basketball player on the show, the blonde girl on Hang Time, did she actually have game?
She actually could play. She actually knew the game, understood the game, and could shoot it, too.
Yeah, because we were watching a little bit of video of Hang Time. It's our favorite Saturday morning show, of course. And it looked like she could shoot. She had a good stroke. It looked like she was knocking it down.
No. And she understood the game. So, she was a good player.
You had a young Anthony Anderson on that show, too, I noticed. He
played my stepson, my godson.
Coach Theus, you are the best. We're looking forward to the game tonight at SRC Arena. Best of luck to your Matadors. We appreciate it, Coach.
Guys, I appreciate it. Anytime.
Thanks, Coach.
The great Reggie Theus here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Coach Theus, man, what a guy. And an actor.
Dude, you were playing the theme song while he was talking. That was the funniest thing ever.
Yeah,
that was great.
It's out. Everything's on YouTube. It's out there.
Oh, my gosh. That is so funny.
It's out there.
I wanted to start laughing really hard. But he's a tough guy.
So, Trent, you already talked to Coach Theus this week, right?
I did.
He does his homework.
Yeah, I did, and we have a conference call with the coaches every week. I tell you this, after that conversation, he'll never want to talk to me again. Like, we feel like we were like grilling him the whole time, and man, hitting him with hard basketball questions. So you guys are having fun. This is great.
So when you interviewed him for ESPN3, Hang Time didn't come up?
Hang Time has come up in the past. This is Reggie's 5th year in the league. It's the first couple times. Oh, it was all about Hang Time.
What about the Sacramento Kings? Did that come up?
Not this time. No.
UNLV?
We unfortunately, probably for Reggie, that conversation wasn't too fun this week. That's a bummer.
Hey, he's the Lando of the Big West. That's what I've always said.
Does
your wife really want a picture?
Yeah, she thinks she's really good looking. And he's like, yeah.
With the shirt off?
No. He has like Kylo Ren in his nipples. That was the weirdest thing in Star Wars ever. I don't want to see a man's nipples in Star Wars.
Your wife was into it.
Yeah, she liked it.
Now I know why Jeff takes so much grief on this show.
Yeah.
Now, it's all coming together like right now.
He asks for it, right? It's like he's asking for it.
Anytime you throw the term nipples out there, somebody's going to laugh. I'm sure somebody driving right now, when you say nipples, they just laugh. Nipples.
Now, see, Trent's a big-time broadcaster.
Yeah, he's very big.
And a very reasonable man. So I want to ask him this.
Oh,
Trent,
boy.
If you spin around on the wall, is he Spider-Man right there?
I do. Ultimate Party.
Ultimate Party.
Oh, this is getting brought up.
Here's the deal, Trent. Jeff has a wonderful family, beautiful wife, 3 lovely kids.
Yeah, two and a half lovely kids. I don't know, but sometimes
the middle one
is
a little wild.
Crazy.
Well, Johnny's turning 5 years old, and Jeff and his wife are having his birthday party on Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah, that's why I'm taking grief. I didn't know.
So 2 things here.
Okay.
A, on the surface, party foul.
Yep.
On the second part, it's actually genius. Because now, hold on.
This is a new angle.
Now you get to have a Super Bowl party. Everybody's got to bring their kid over and go have fun. You get to throw a Super Bowl party. Now, are you going to win Father of the Year points? Probably not. But you got to make sure that you got the game on, and you basically are throwing a Super Bowl party, and you get to send out Ultimate Party Spider-Man invitations. You let the kids run around outside. You hang out by the big screen. Life's good.
Yeah, and the thing is, I have the pool's going to be heated. We have a Spider-Man jumper. I'm sure, and knowing my wife, it's going to be like a crazy jumper. It'll be like bigger than 3 houses. I'm going to have good food, good beverages. But today we got an RSVP from Jillian in his class. That's his girlfriend. So far, it's the only RSVP, Jillian. Yeah, Jillian really likes Johnny, and Johnny really likes Jillian. And I see some.
Her parents must not know it's Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah, the mom said she was going to come. Dad's not coming, I don't think.
Dad's definitely not coming.
My wife. But see, when my wife talks to me, sometimes it just sounds like this. I just say yes. You'll learn that when you get married.
Yeah.
Just sometimes you just say yes to everything, and it just goes.
Look, at the end of the day, you kind of got put together on this deal, and you just got to roll with it.
Hey, I'm telling you, I'm ready.
It's disappointing. You try again next year. Swing and a miss, and life goes on. Is it worth what's going to happen next? If you fight it, probably not.
But if it's a good thing, I might have this every single year on Super Bowl.
I think I would use this as an excuse to throw your own Super Bowl party
rager.
and put it in the kid's name.
Well,
a rager.
There's that. We didn't think about that.
So that's the ulterior motive here.
Pep's going. He has to because he said he was family.
Yeah.
Look at him. He's all.
See, I go back to my hermit roots.
No.
I like to watch the game by myself and just
Pep,
really
stop.
dig in.
See, and
who watches the Super? By the way, who goes to a Super Bowl party to watch the Super Bowl anyways? I tell you, I watch like 250, 300 games a year. The one game I don't watch is the Super Bowl. I love the party.
Yeah.
The
commercials,
on all the TVs. Yeah, check out the commercials. Enjoy the food. You know, good soda and other beverages around. It's always enjoyable.
See,
you wait until the 2-minute warning.
Then you start watching, right?
But see, Pep's like me. He's got 2 daughters and a beautiful wife, and he's forced now to go because they're the same ages, basically.
I have not got an invitation. I'm just saying.
Right there. It's right there, my friend.
On the wall?
It is right there on the wall.
On stamps?
Yeah, no, I brought it. I brought the thing. Here it is, somewhere over here. Yeah, you're going. Tara and the girls. Your 3 girls.
Smokes.
You bring the third one. Bring the foreign exchange student.
Our foreign exchange student.
Foreign exchange student. That would be awesome.
She probably has no idea what the Super Bowl is.
She probably has no idea what Spider-Man is.
Hey, thank goodness the third one was actually a foreign exchange student and not one of his children.
Yes.
I was getting nervous. I'm like, boy, I'm standing in between you guys. Getting kind of nervous. I'm sweating right here.
Well, I am going for the sister wives angle. Wife's not buying into it yet, but I think she's right on the fence.
Never hurts to try.
Never.
Can you hang around one more segment?
Why not? Let's go.
All right.
It's again this show went way off the rails a long time ago.
Off the rails. We're talking polygamy. We're going at it.
We got intern Cullen in the house.
Oh, it's 100. It's 107. 107.
What?
My fact checker is 107.
Wait, did he?
Yes, he sent me a text.
Thank you.
So 107 tonight.
Tonight,
so
my
107
friend.
will be tonight.
Yes, 107. You can use that tonight on the ESPN.
No, I'm seeing a head shake. So tonight will be 108. Tonight's 108.
Oh.
There you go.
But I was right.
107 in the books.
Okay, 107.
108 tonight.
Okay.
As soon as that whistle goes off and they jump the ball.
Best beard in the Big West too. Alex Larson.
Pretty good.
Nice beard.
All right, we got Trent Rush. He's the voice of UC Irvine and also calling the game for ESPN 3 tonight. UC Riverside. What, Jeff?
I want to ask him about some Irvine stuff. There was a guy last year. I think his name was Green, Mo Green or something.
Is that true?
Green.
Big Brad Green.
Brad Green.
That's him.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Very disappointing Brad Green news that I'm going to tell you on the other side of this.
Oh, I love that guy. He was my favorite guy last year.
He's still around.
Okay.
I still think you're not going to like what I have to say.
Oh.
Sorry, Jeff. We'll be back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
I played once upon a time at Centennial High School. I was actually on the first ever CIF championship team back in 2000, and then my senior year we won it again. I'd say that's my passion because I've done it. I know exactly where these athletes are at. I know what their mindset is right now. I know how hard it is to, number one, find a performance coach who can take you to the next level. What sets us apart has to be, how we work with our athletes and what we know. We can take an athlete and help them reach their athletic potential, help them, prevent injuries, help get them stronger. I know every single athlete who steps into this gym. I know exactly where they're at, and I'm going to progress them every week. If you're not getting results, then, what's it about? We're going to deliver something that's measurable, in terms of speed, power, strength, agility.
thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
Go on the wall of my garage, carnal. I'm gonna put a little sign under it. It's gonna say, this bumper was pulled off by the bus of Salinas. I mean, anything for Salinas.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Hey, welcome back.
Yeah!
Only, man. The Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. We're proudly brought to you by Spoiled, Quick Quality Oil Change, Ken Sporting Goods, Boost Performance Training, and Catalano Motors in Corona. Yes, Jeff.
Yes, I love Catalano Motors.
Oh, I thought you were waiting to jump in there. I thought you had
No. I was just thinking about that creepy van conversion I've always wanted. The one that I can just drive around the neighborhood.
I saw Derek Catalano at the Inland Empire All-Star Classic Saturday night, but
Did he mention my van conversion?
On Riverside TV, so I couldn't stop and talk to him.
I want the shag carpeting on the inside, no windows, and I just want to walk around or drive around looking creepy.
That sounds safe.
That sounds real safe.
Check that off. That's good.
Yeah. And then I'll have my kids. I'll have my 3 kids just run out of the van. I'll stop and run out. Get back here! Get back here!
You guys cool if I take off now? I got a game to call.
Again, he's got a lot of credibility, Trent Rush over here, that he doesn't want to lose, Jeff.
We don't have credibility over here on Fox. Come on!
Just you two. I'm going to get off camera here. But real quick before we get to intern Cullen and what's going on in his personal life, because it's major news here in the Inland Empire at this point. But Trent over here hosted the Jim Rome Show.
Yes, he did.
Is it just like this, or are we better?
Very, very similar.
Uh-huh.
The only difference is the people that assist putting that show together live and die for that show. It is real deal. Like when you're coming up with topics and stuff, you're like we're discussing it. We have a pre-production meeting here in between commercial breaks
and live on the air,
all that too. Yeah, that gets sorted out, vetted, checked by everybody. It's crazy. It is absolutely nuts.
Well, we have an 18-year-old right there. We have the producer of producers right there, and legendary local producer Kono.
Hey.
And Pep and I, and then this is our notes.
The day I did the show was on December 27th, so you know that week. It's fill-in week.
Oh, yeah.
Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah, Rome wants to go somewhere
nobody was around.
Right?
It's okay. So the main producer was out and stuff. It was really fun. It was a good time. Everyone was a little nervous because I was with a guy. His name's Wes Clements. I don't know if you've heard him do baseball games. He does a lot of Riverside baseball games on ESPN and whatnot.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys are a lot alike. He's as much a wild card as you are.
Oh.
Hey. And
big man, shag card.
He doesn't, and you can't say that. I probably other places.
No, just right here in the IE.
You might be able to say it in the IE. You cannot say that when you're on in like Missoula, Montana.
Missoula, that's his favorite place. I love it. Say it for me.
Missoula.
Say it for me one time.
Live from Missoula.
God, I love it when he says that. It's my favorite thing when he says.
Phil Jackson's going to coach there.
Yes, he is. I did preface though. It was my children that were running out of the van.
Yes,
you did.
My children.
Your children.
Any other children?
I don't know if that makes it any better.
I know. So here's the deal, Trent. We got Trent Rush here on the Inland Sports
this is a great story. Great one.
So the other day we get this phone call, again, live on the air because we have a lot of producers and writers, and we have a think
We just
tank.
push buttons. Anytime that lights up, we push it.
So we put out the hotline because we were taking phone calls. What was it about? Mr. Football and the Inland Empire or something? So it starts blowing up. So we answer it, and it's a girl on the other end, and she's trying to sell us a copier and a printer. And she's live on the air.
Yeah.
So we're interviewing her. She's telling us about LeBron James.
Yes, LeBron James.
And Jeff caught on pretty quick. She's not from here. Where was she from?
She's from the Philippines.
Philippines, yeah.
Yes.
So she didn't know anything about sports, but we were talking about sports and copiers and printers. Come to find out, we're trying to set her up with intern Cullen over here.
Yeah, because she's only 19. Was she 19 or 20?
I can't remember.
Yeah.
But she called back.
She called back
and was asking about
Cullen on air.
Of course, all on the air because we don't have pre-production meetings. Everything happens on the air.
And she still tried to sell us copiers and printers. And I was going to buy her.
You were in the hole like $5,000.
I was. No, I was in a hole about $25,000. I was. And then they said
a hard sell.
It is a real hard sell.
That's a tough sell. That's almost as hard as advertising.
I was willing to go 5,000 copies a day, and then I was going to rent her.
Which she said was a lot.
A lot, yeah. And then I was going to rent her for $3,000 a day to stand and man the copiers, make sure nothing goes wrong.
You can pay people to stand there and watch your copies, make sure everything's functioning properly.
I needed 24 hours a day.
Yeah, Jeff needed her 24 hours.
I'm glad you clarified.
Yeah.
$3,000.
2 hours to talk to Colin.
That's it. But she said she drank frappuccinos, and she would do it for me for $3,000 a day.
That's all we know about
we're
her.
not allowing her to sleep. She must stand there and work until she collapses.
Weird or not weird?
5,000 copies a day.
A day.
It's clearly not to print invitations.
Nope, we're just going to print paper because I really I'm a big fan of
we went through this whole thing destroying the environment.
I want to destroy the environment. I want to cut down trees, and I want people up in the central or Northern California to open the paper mills.
That's true because my dad worked in a lumber mill.
There we go. I'm trying to help your dad.
Yeah, he would get laid off because of the spotted owl. They'd shut down the logging and the lumber mills because of the spotted owl. So
my 5,000.
That was a long time ago.
What are you gonna do? Drop anchor in the sequoias?
Yes.
And ruin this?
No.
5,000 copies a day would get Pep's dad a job back at the mill.
He's retired, but yeah.
Wait,
right.
So Pep, if there was an owl on your front porch, are you gonna throw a rock at it?
He's gonna yell at it.
Well,
He's
I
gonna
might
yell
at
at
least shoo it off.
Hey, we got we have the SPCA.
Hold on. So what's the latest with Colin and this girl? Is she calling back? Like what's going on?
She was supposed to send me an email. She didn't do it.
Because he's got a lot going for him. Good-looking guy, 18 years old.
He's already calling games.
Calling games. He's got a good internship here, being a part of maybe the best. Not maybe the best.
Go ahead. I want to hear this.
The best show in the Inland Empire. Second best show in all of Southern California.
That's right.
So I mean, I hear this and I'm like, okay, well, wait a minute. We got something good here.
Well, that's a good question because she found us on social media. She says she looked us up.
Of course she did.
Because
due
again,
diligence.
The first time she called and she sold Jeff $10,000 worth of copiers or printers, I don't think she really believed that she was live on the air. We're like, no, it's legit. We're real. Yeah. So she calls back. That was last week. Then she called back yesterday, and we put her on the air, and we're like, her name's Natalie. Yeah. Natalie. No, this is a real thing. Like we're on the air right now.
She called back because the check bounced. I'm convinced that's what happened.
$30,000. Good golly. You know, I just got a text from my wife.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Carla Smedberg, what are you doing? I think she brought a cat home. Another cat.
A cat?
I don't want cat. I have a cat that I've had for 15 years. I'm waiting for that thing to die, and she's just replacing it with another one. This is not.
No, what exactly did she say?
She said she was adopting a cat.
Yeah, that's it.
That is brutal.
See ya.
I'm not coming home tonight. I'm staying at your house, Pep. I don't want to see another cat.
Maybe Riverside will get a big win.
I'll go out and party with them.
Yeah.
Coach Bell and I will be hanging out till 2 a.m. and I'm going to come home and there's going to be a cat.
That's why Trent's here. There's a game.
Oh, that's right. I want to hear about UC Irvine. I want to hear about Green.
Sure?
Yes. I know you're in a hurry. I want to hear the story though. Last year, John Ramey and I are calling this game, and all of a sudden this guy checks in from UC Irvine. He's a freshman, and he's like from Lone Pine, I think.
Yeah.
And Lone Pine.
I've been to Lone Pine.
Yes, and I believe he's a Native American, and he came in, and he was the biggest human being I've ever seen. He was humongous.
Brad was listed at, I think, like 6'10", probably 280. He was over 320. Maybe.
Yeah, and there was no way.
And that was light. Like, he was bigger than that.
Yeah.
Brad, much probably to your disappointment, dropped like 60 pounds. He's a whole new man.
He's smaller than you.
Yeah.
Dude, that's weak. I was looking forward to next Wednesday because I wanted to say Pep when he checked in the game. Does he play a lot?
He's playing like 10 minutes ago.
But I'm telling you, when he checks in, I wasn't going to say a word, but he checked in, and I remember Ramey just going, "Oh my gosh, look at that guy!
No, he's big.
He's a Bond villain. He was that big. He was a big dude." There was two guys in the conference last year. There was a guy at Santa Barbara last year. Do you remember that guy?
Yes.
He was like 8'12". He was a giant.
Or 9 feet.
Yeah.
They had trouble just putting a roster together last year.
Yes. Yeah, but his legs, he looked like he'd been in prison a long time, so he had really small legs, but his upper body was massive, and his head was bigger than any head I've ever seen on a human being. He was big as Easter Island head. Those big giant ones. He was huge, and he was like 7'1" and came in, and he scared everybody. Just get out of the way. He was bigger than Mr. Green.
So Alex Larson looks like a little baby.
Like a toddler. Like a toddler next to these guys.
Toddler.
A bearded toddler compared to these guys.
It is a nice beard.
It is.
It's a strong beard.
It's the best beard I've seen in college basketball this year, I think. Have you seen it?
And you know what? He's been living up to the beard. He's had some double-doubles, some good games. So
got a sweet baby hook.
So I'm sure Trent's ready for the game now that he's come on.
Yeah, he's supposed to have been there like a while ago, I think.
They're listening to the show. They know where I'm at. They know I'm in the studio. It's all good. We're right down the street. They're fine. They're just keeping tabs on me anyway.
Trent also broadcaster for the Angels. I know he's got to go. He's got important things to do. But I want to ask you about the Halos real quick. They still need some starting pitching, right? And then they're good to go. They're a playoff team.
Well, I think they're a playoff team anyways. Well, because you're getting all these guys back and healthy. And what's the one thing that the Angels have over everybody else? They have they have that. But in terms of the pitching, they have starting pitching depth. And there's like 7-8 guys. I mean, Epler said as many as 9 guys that he would feel comfortable with starting games. So for this Angels team, I mean, they're talking about maybe going to a 6-man rotation. If any team can do that, I think the Angels can. A big problem for the Angels has been injuries. Maybe that extra day of rest helps prevent some of those injuries down the road. Maybe allows them to go a little longer into games because they're getting that extra day of rest. So I think that's a lot to balance, and it's something that I've been talking a lot about at the station that I work for in AM 830. And it's been fun talking about the Angels this year because there's so much excitement. But I'm saying, like, I feel good about the starting rotation, even if Shohei Ohtani isn't ready to pitch. So I'm preparing myself for that. And if he does pitch, I mean, who knows? This guy's unbelievable. They had the 6th best ERA in the American League last year.
Despite really?
Despite everything, yeah.
Yes, Mets fan. He's a Mets fan. Listen to him.
There's a Mets logo right by the Spider-Man invitation, by the
Angels,
way.
baby. Halos. Light up the halo, baby. Light it up.
So how are you going to navigate spring training? And let's say Irvine makes this deep run in the postseason.
Yeah, that's a challenge. That's something my bosses have been asking about.
That's a good question.
I don't have an answer yet. I was hoping to get down there. There's a game I was hoping to be a part of on March the 10th, but that's the same night as the Big West Conference Tournament Championship game. And I think UC Irvine still has the expectations that they're going to be in that. Right now, they're middle of the pack in the Big West, but we all know Irvine plays good defense. They can hang with anybody, and they could be in that game. Who knows? They're just building for those 3 days in March.
You can do the baseball game. You got the B squad right here. We'll go in and ruin that broadcast for you.
You know it's going to work. You're going to have like Irvine, an Angels game, and Jim Rome's going to call you and be like, Trent, you were unbelievable. Can you fill in again?
I don't know that phone call's coming, but, of course, because everything's going to fall on the same day, right? Kind of like you're playing a birthday party. Yeah. You're excited. It's your kid's 5th birthday. Oh, we're going to get bounce house, all that. Yeah. Oh, didn't check the calendar. It's the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. Damn you, Super Bowl.
Yeah. Hey, do you know that Jeff gave Mike Trout a fist bump?
I did. I was there. He was there.
Was he there?
Yeah, but I don't know if he saw the fist bump. Yeah, when we were down, we interviewed him at the thing. I was the last guy in there, and I went like this. I went, hey.
Because Jeff's still a newbie to the whole media thing. He's like, I don't know what to do. Like, I just gave him a fist bump. Like, I want to say bye.
I'm like, hey, Mike Trout, good job, buddy. You're my favorite. Fist bump.
How great was Trout at that event? I mean, that's all people that don't normally cover the team. And, I mean, he's spending time with everybody.
It was awesome.
Questions. Trout's the man. I can't say enough good things. He's the real deal, too.
I haven't watched this knuckle yet.
So another reason why I'm concerned. Unwashed hands in the shag carpet, the Windows van.
A lot of questions were answered today about you, Jeff.
Hey, he came in though like you're giving Jeff a really hard time. Taking a bash.
I did. I had your back.
You did, and I lost it.
Darn it! I came in here like, you know what? I'm gonna come in defending Jeff. Nobody is Team Jeff. I'm gonna be Team Jeff, and then this happened.
And I'm an educator too, which is really sad.
Frightening.
Minds.
Oh, molding young high school minds, one day at a time, 1 hour at a time.
Hey, Trent, have a good call tonight.
Thank you. You guys, too. I'm looking forward to hearing some of the clips later.
Yeah, it's going to be really good.
Yeah, all I know is we better get some airtime. Tell those ESPN guys to focus in on us. Because,
take our audio.
Yeah.
Put it on.
I don't want that.
like a Japanese movie.
Say, look at those two guys over there. That is their A-team right there. Yeah.
I think we could get. How about this? Is there a word you want me to drop on the ESPN call tonight? Should we get Should we get something in? I mean, I could just drop.
Appreciate that.
I could drop your names. Like we could try something like that.
So those guys.
I feel like we
could
take it next level. Maybe that's something that you want some.
How about
like
Inland Sports Show? But maybe there is a key word out there.
Yeah, there's gotta be you need a word.
Hey, that's like a safe word. That's like that. What's that movie? The gray one. The one. The one that all the women read those books.
50 Shades of Grey?
50 Shades of Grey. Isn't there a safe word? We'll give him a safe word. He's going to say it during the show, and I'm going to be thinking, hey, 50 Shades of Grey.
Because if you do it, then we'll play it back tomorrow.
Oh, that would be great.
Trent came through. He's a man of his
We'll have to think about this, and we'll get him while he's putting on makeup and looking.
Are you going to listen to the show on your way to UCR?
You bet I am.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Because I know you need to run because he's got important things to do.
Yeah.
And we'll think of it. We're going to say it on the air, and you'll hear it on your way over there. It's a short drive, but it'll still take you 5 or 10 minutes.
Rose. It's going to be like Citizen Kane. Rosebud. Say Rosebud.
Delicate like a rosebud.
Oh, that's
Chance Murray gets to the cup.
Oh, I can drop that one. Richie's going to go crazy when I say that. But
Rosebud.
Is it really Rosebud?
Yes.
You can't do anything better?
You've never seen Citizen Kane?
No, I don't think I have.
Come on, man. Come on.
I'm a hermit, remember?
I'm cultured. You should be watching movies.
No, I'm
out drinking,
Star Wars,
partying, hanging out with floozies.
Hey, do you want to do Irvine games next year? We'd have a great time.
Sure, it'd be awesome.
Like you said, he's a wild card.
I am.
That is.
And sometimes he falls asleep on the air.
Yeah, I've done that a few times.
Sometimes that's for the best.
No, seriously, I'll be calling a game because Ramey and Ghizal used to say, "You shut up. You make it good. If there's a end of the game and somebody's doing really well, you shut up."
Hey, real quick, Justin Garza for Cal State Fullerton pitcher a couple years ago threw a no-hitter. And I'm in the middle. I've been doing the game for ESPN3, and I'm all into the call. And I'm like, okay, great. Finally, I get a no-hitter call. Right when I finish talking, my analyst jumps in and says, "Wow, that was cool." And that's what I get. Just everything right out the window. And that's kind of what I'm exactly. One of those. Whoa! Just the crazy stuff that does nothing to the broadcast.
I'm trained. See, the color guy is trained to shh. You shut up. Well, if I'm talking, I'm gonna hit you in the arm. You can talk. Yeah, Ramey used to just tell me, "I'm gonna be on ESPN tonight. You do not ruin my call." So I don't ever want to ruin your call, Pat.
No, I don't have to worry about it because usually I look over and you're just like keeping your eyeballs open.
Yeah, sometimes it's been kind of hard sometimes. Yeah, every now and then I'll do this on broadcast.
It'll be like a big three, like Dikembe Martin, big 3-pointer. UCR takes the lead by 1, like 2 minutes to go, and I'll look at Jeff, and this is what I get.
Yeah.
Crickets.
Yeah. He's just like zoned out.
Hey man, I got little kids at home. I teach. I'm here.
You get up at 4:30.
I get up at 4:30, and then I'm doing games. I'm a busy guy. I'm at my wit's end.
Superman took a nap.
Even Superman.
I need something, man.
Heroes were kids.
I'm sleepy. I took a half a day off today.
Bald heads.
Yeah.
Trent, we appreciate you stopping
Thank you.
in.
Come say hello. I know you guys get there right close to tip, but
we will.
Hi.
We're gonna come find you, and then Wednesday, will you join us on the show again?
Yes.
We're down in
that'll be fun.
One condition, I think you guys need to come on the UC Irvine pregame show.
We will.
So we can arrange that.
We're gonna ruin that for you too.
I love it.
The great Trent Rush from AM 830, Angels broadcaster, and also ESPN 3 call tonight with UCR and Cal State Northridge. Also the voice of the UC Irvine Anteaters. Trent, we appreciate it. We'll see you out there at RCRC Arena. When we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE 1350 AM, Tanner McKee, Centennial quarterback. Where is he going to end up? He just had an official visit. Head coaches from all across the West Coast and the country piling into his living room as we speak, trying to get this guy to go. Right, Jeff?
Is Barry Alvarez going to be there?
Barry Alvarez.
Oh, that's right.
He's been out of the game a little bit.
Oh, yeah, he's out of the game.
We'll be right back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
Coda loved it.
You ready to go back out there?
We're small, family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajalco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the Crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
Focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. Just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. Come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. Jeff, we were coming up with a word for our friend Trent Rush, who has the call tonight of tonight's UC Riverside Northridge basketball game on ESPN 3.
Yes.
We've got it, right? Because we're Star Wars nerds. What's it going to be, Jeff?
As from the great words, the immortal words, because he is no longer with us.
Oh, yeah, he passed away.
Yes.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert. Rest in peace, Admiral Akbar.
Yes.
We would like for you to say, it's a trap!
It's a trap!
As Admiral Akbar would say, it's a trap!
Okay, so Trent, that's the words, or words in this case, that we'd love to hear on the ESPN broadcast. It's a trap!
It's a trap.
Do you think the Highlanders will trap?
Yes.
Or vice versa at some point during the game?
Oh, I know the Matadors. Well, they do play Matador defense, so maybe they will attempt to make a trap.
It's a trap!
It's a trap!
Does he have to say it like that? Like really inflect it?
I think he should say
it's a trap.
As Admiral Akbar would say, it's a trap. Yeah. That's what he said. That would be the best if Rush did it just like that.
Yeah,
Trent, he's got to think we're nuts. This show is really crazy.
Yeah.
We started off as a real conservative, blah, blah. We're going to talk about.
This just in, breaking news.
Breaking news.
Sound the breaking news alert here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. Just received a text message from Trent Rush, and he says, it's a trap.
Yes!
I'm on it.
I can't. We're playing it tomorrow.
Done deal.
It'll be on the Inland Sports Show tomorrow.
We will play it back tomorrow because we know Trent's a man of his word.
I don't think he's ever going to come back. I don't think anybody's ever going to come back.
Well, he can't shake us that fast. We're going to see him on Wednesday as UCR travels to UC Irvine.
Maybe we'll sit right next to him. We'll mess with his mixer.
Because we found out you know how to use the mixer now.
I know how to use mixers. I can do it all.
Hey, intern Collins here. Can we get you on the mic real quick?
Get up here.
You called the game with Jeff this past Saturday. It was UCR against Long Beach State. I was at the 33rd annual Inland Empire All-Star Classic. Shout out to John Jefferson, the MVP, as the Riverside County All-Stars won that one. But you and Jeff had the call, and it was a close game, right? All the way to the end.
Yeah, just like every other UCR game.
Pretty intense, right? Some big moments, some big plays.
Just getting really mad thinking about it. I get mad still.
So you're making the call, then you look over at Jeff, and I want to see if Cullen has my back, or if Jeff really rose to the occasion on Saturday, because I wasn't there.
I was okay.
So how was it with Jeff late in the game?
So final buzzer sounds. So I'm like, UCR falls to Cal State Long Beach, still winless in the Big West. I've got a great stat. They lose by 7, which is the average. They've lost all their Big West games by. Great stat. I turn, I look at Jeff, and Jeff just
puts his hands in the air.
Can I tell you why, though? I'm going to tell you why.
Why, Jeff?
Because you know this about me. Okay. I take the losses pretty damn hard at UC Riverside. I really want those guys to win. And honestly, after the game, I don't really want to say. I just want to go hang out with the coaches and just feel really bad because I felt bad for them. They played so hard, and then at the end of the game, I'm just like, Cullen, just get it over with. I just want to go home.
So here's Cullen waiting for you to, jump in there and provide something insightful.
There was nothing insightful.
The Empire, and he just puts his arms in the air like,
yeah, there was nothing insightful. I was more anger. It was anger.
And join us next Wednesday for a season.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
When you were a coach, Jeff, and your team really flubbed it up at the end.
They flub it up they did it all the time. I'm not coaching.
Would you talk to the guys right after the game, or you just like, you know what? Go home, eat dinner. We'll see you practice tomorrow. I can't even look at you guys. I mean, how did you say, hey, you know what? Everyone sit down. Nobody's going anywhere. I got some stuff I got to talk to you about.
I would do that, but sometimes, most of the time I'd say, look, you guys did this really, really horrible. I wouldn't say it like that. You did this bad. You did this bad. But you did this really well. You always got to end something with a positive.
But don't you go with positive first and then you criticize?
No. Because you get the because
you tear him down. And you build him back up.
You tear him up and then you say, "Look, we got another game to play. The season's not over."
So this was your playoff game.
Yeah, and then your playoff game, and then I just was like, "Turn your uniform in. I don't want to see you guys ever again. Leave." That's why I'm not coaching anymore. No, it's just a different. I took losses hard. And that's probably why I don't ever want to coach anymore, because it does. It takes so much out of you because you want to win, and I wanted to win more than my own players. When that happens, it's time to get out. And I got out.
And you hung up the whistle.
I hung up the whistle.
Did you use a whistle?
I used a whistle. Yes, I even had a battery-operated whistle, too, for a while. I did.
You got too lazy? You couldn't even blow the whistle?
No. Well, the thing is, I was getting tinnitus. I blow the whistle so much in practice, my ears would get jacked up. I kind of have hearing loss now. I don't know if you've ever noticed. But
What'd you say?
Whatever. You're such a jerk. God, you're a jerk. Man, you're just a jerk. I thought we were friends.
Yeah.
Hey, he said I was his best friend yesterday. Did you guys hear that? Yeah. Hey, you guys heard him yesterday, though, didn't you?
Did I say that?
He said I was his best friend. Did you hear it? You heard? Yeah.
How'd I say that?
He just said it. I don't know. He said, this is my best friend. And I was like, oh, that's pretty sweet.
That means you're going to a party.
I'll have to go back to the tape.
That means it was really sweet. In fact, I shed a tear. A little one.
Jeff's an emotional guy.
I am. That's why I can't coach anymore. I just hate it. It's just a bad time. Can we not bring up the coaching?
You guys going to bounce in the bounce house together?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, that sounds like a selfie.
Hey, I'm going to have the pool. It's going to be heated.
Do I really have to go?
Yeah, you have to go.
I feel like I'm talking to my wife. Do I really have to go to that? Like, is it a big deal? Like, is it going to be a bunch of family members I don't know kind of thing?
It'll be me. I'll be there. My kids will be there, and they love you. They love Pep Fernandez. As Johnny Johnny goes, hey, where's Pep Fernandez? Fernandez. He's Dez, Dad. Pep Fernandez.
Johnny's my boy.
Yeah, he loves Pep Fernandez. He listens. No joke. He takes the phone and he puts it on the fireplace. Not with it on, of course, but he puts it and leans it up there and he watches the show. And I'm like, oh my! I'm sometimes like, honey, maybe you shouldn't let him listen. He is 5, but he listens to every show.
He does?
Yes, every single, and he'll listen to the basketball game.
Thank you, Johnny.
Yeah, Johnny.
Hey, good job, buddy. He's one of our listeners.
He's one of our biggest fans.
He is. My wife won't listen because all I do is make fun of her all the time.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, we got more time left in the show. I thought we were ending.
We got it. No. You need to get dressed.
I have to go get dressed. I'm going to put on my slacks. I might do it right here in the studio.
Well, we got Rick Croy coming up from Cal Baptist University. You might want to look your best. Wear your Sunday best for Rick Croy.
I always want to be my Sunday best for Rick Croy. I'd run through a wall for that guy.
All right, we come back. We'll talk CBU basketball with the head coach of the Lancers, the great Rick Croy. That's coming up. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
And I will strike down upon thee with...
fire, I drowned it out, stirred it, and drowned it out again until it was cold. Visit SmokeyBear.com to learn tips to prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Run! Go! Get to the chopper!
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Corum.
Welcome back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. We're going strong as we lead you up to UC Riverside basketball as they are taking on Cal State Northridge tonight. Jeff, I'm going to have to go back and watch the show. It's been like a revolving door. I forget who's even come through here. It's been nuts.
You name it, they've been here. Name one. Name anyone. Anyone.
Trent Rush.
Been here.
Was Jim Alexander here today?
He was here too.
Today?
That was today.
It's been a long day. It's been a fun day as we talked a little bit of everything.
We had Reggie Theus.
Yeah, John Ramey. Was that today?
Yeah, the smooth, sweet sounds of John Ramey. We had.
What was this song? Your Mama Don't Lie, or what?
He's amazing. That's all I know. I couldn't name him. He kind of has. He kind of sounds like.
He's kind of folk.
Bob Dylan. That's the guy's name. He has a Dylan-esque sound to him.
Yeah, he's kind of folky. Like a folk artist, right?
He is as cool as they get.
Well, we appreciate him joining us on the show. Again, Aztec Gold tonight as San Diego State will take on, is it Fresno State, and Deshaun Taylor from North High School.
Yeah.
You can hear Deshaun Taylor, the pride of 3rd in Chicago. Game's at 8. Pregame will start at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, and he was throwing some shade on the Aztecs. We'll see if he can
deliver, right?
Deliver, exactly, because he was throwing some shade on the Aztecs early in the season.
He's gonna have to come up big time tonight, right?
Yes, he is. What are you doing over there, Pep?
I'm showing Greg pictures of my wife because he has a crush on Winnie Cooper. Remember from the Wonder Years? I know we're old.
I don't have a crush on Winnie Cooper. Do you know who I have a crush on?
Who?
Your wife.
But she used to get that. She used to get that a lot. Hey, you look like that girl Winnie Cooper from the Wonder Years.
No, you look like Tara Fernandez. Tara Fernando's.
Fernando's. That's right. Fernando's.
She's really cute. I don't know what she sees in you.
Yeah, you know what? Trent Rush, myself, you did okay.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah, we've all outkicked the coverage. That's for sure. Definitely.
Sports broadcaster. So that bodes very well for intern Cullen over here.
No, it doesn't.
Look, Cullen, look, you're going to get all this. Look at all this. You're going to get all this when you grow up.
Yeah, Cullen, I'm sorry.
That's right. As Brandon Dunn would say, right? Once in a while, you'll fall off a cliff and win that skydiving contest.
Yes.
Or throw the line out there and you'll land a whopper.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that. That's your guy. That's your mentor.
Brandon Dunn, the pride of South Carolina. Hey, so we were talking about Tanner McKee, the Centennial quarterback.
Yes.
So right now, he's got a bunch of offers. He can go anywhere. And we talked about this a little bit earlier in the show, and it's worth repeating that, he came on the show to kind of debunk those stories, the reports that he was not going to sign before his Mormon mission. So he's going to be gone for 2 years after he graduated from Centennial, but then he's going to come back and he's going to play college football. Well, he said, no, I am going to sign. In fact, he might even decide, he might even choose a school and give a verbal commitment.
He might already know.
Before signing day. He might know right now.
He might have told somebody already. I would venture to say he's probably going to go to Stanford.
You keep saying Stanford. You know what? He posted a bunch of pictures up there about his visit to Stanford and head coach David Shaw, the head coach of the Cardinal.
I like that guy.
And it's not just him. It's like the Stanford Cardinal. They wine and dine the whole family. It's a whole package deal.
Well, just think of it this way. You graduate from Stanford University. Whatever your degree is in, you're going to be successful because they're going to look at that transcript and they go, where'd you graduate from? Stanford. You were on a Mormon mission? Yeah, I'm disciplined, I'm organized, and I'm a good, solid dude. He's going to be able to write his ticket to anything he wants to do in the world. If it's not football, heck, he could probably own like Google or something up there.
Own Google?
He could own Google. I know it's something.
They are up there in Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
Palo Alto's like the very top of what we'd consider, I guess, Silicon Valley.
He could be the next Googler.
Well, Stanford's had a lot of great quarterbacks. You mentioned John Elway.
Well, he played for his dad, Jack.
That's right.
Yeah.
I mentioned Andrew Luck, who's still in the league with the Indianapolis
Is that the
Colts.
guy that has no neck or his back or something's wrong? Something's messed up?
Yeah, he's banged up right now. Yeah, did he play? No, he didn't play.
No, he
this
didn't
year
play
at
this.
all.
He was over in. Did you hear this? He was in Europe doing that plasma therapy.
Isn't that what Kobe Bryant did?
Yes, and that's why Kobe Bryant is so amazing, because he came back from plasma therapy, and he was more Mamba than anything.
He's wonderful. Hey, so I found this website, and it ranks the all-time quarterbacks in Stanford history.
Yes.
And they actually, there's still movement on the list, which I don't get because most of these guys their playing days are long gone, but it says you can still go up or down. So who do you think number one is?
John Elway.
No, he's not.
Come on.
No, he's not.
Why would it not be John Elway?
It's Andrew Luck.
Come on.
Guess who's number two?
John Elway.
No, it's not John
Come
Elway.
on.
No, I'm serious. This is ranker.com. They rank everything, and this is the rankings of the best Stanford Cardinal quarterbacks of all time.
Who's third?
Well, you didn't get second right. What do you mean who's third? You didn't get you got,
John Elway. Is he third?
No, it's not John Elway.
John Elway?
Number two is Jim Plunkett.
Jim Plunkett? He played for the Raiders.
I didn't come up with this list.
Plunkett Raiders.
Number three, Steve Stenstrom.
Oh, that's weak.
Number four, Kevin Hogan, he's on the Browns right now, right?
Come on.
That turned out
right.
right.
Wait. John Elway?
John Elway's 5.
Yeah! Woohoo! At least he's in the top 5. How can he not be?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
That's fishy. Who did this list?
Ranker.
Ranker.com. Ranker.
Chad Hutchinson was number 6, and Trent Edwards number 7. Both those guys played in the NFL. So that's your top Stanford quarterbacks of all time.
So what you're saying is Tanner McKee is ranked number 1 now if he signs there.
If Tanner McKee, he goes straight to the top.
Goes to straight number 1 because John Elway is 5th.
Yeah, let's see. This one,
that's bad. That's really bad.
Yeah, I'm looking at another list, and this one's kind of old, so never mind. I'm not going to go by that one.
Yeah, don't do that, please.
But yeah, there's been a lot of great quarterbacks to go through Stanford, but you have the hunch, you have the feeling that Tanner McKee might end up at Stanford.
I think he either goes to Stanford or Brigham Young University.
Could be, and he will sign.
Yes.
February 7th, which is signing day coming up for high school football.
Yeah, it's got to be one of those two places. I mean, if you're a Mormon kid, BYU, let's go by the BYU quarterbacks they've had. They've had some great ones. They've had McMahon, Steve Young.
Let's do that.
Ty Detmer, Coy Detmer. They've had them all.
They have Coy Detmer too?
I think they had. No, Coy was at Texas, wasn't he? Coy Detmer was pretty good. That's mini brother of Heisman Trophy winner.
Well, you brought up a good point. If we did the Stanford quarterbacks, I'm sure there's a BYU quarterback list.
Unbelievable. Look at the quarterback list there. It's way better way better.
Ranking the best quarterbacks
at BYU.
BYU history. Oh, they're
Steve
going
Young.
way back. They got a top 15 list.
Brigham Young. I bet he's number 1.
Let's see.
Did Brigham Young, was he a quarterback for Brigham Young University or John Smith? John Smith?
No, I don't think so. I'll start with number 11 because that's the first name I recognize.
Okay, there we go. Number 11. Wait.
So
the first one you recognize? You don't recognize 1 through 10?
No, I'm going 15 to 1.
Okay, there we go. Who's 11?
So again, we're doing this because Tanner McKee said he's going to sign or even make a decision.
Yes.
Jeff thinks Stanford, but he's going to be going on a Mormon mission, but he could sign with BYU. After a 2-year mission, he'll come back and play. Signing day's coming up. Number 11, a guy by the name of Steve Sarkisian.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He's a Mormon guy, but he has a drinking problem.
Yeah.
He does. I don't know how much of a Mormon he is anymore. I'm going to have to call I'm going to call the church on old Steve Sarkisian. That's very questionable. Yeah. He should be kicked out of the church.
Number 11. Number 10, John Beck. I remember him. He was 03 to 06, so not too long ago.
All right. I like Beck the singer.
Max Hall. Beck the singer.
Who?
Turntables and a microphone. Max Hall.
Max Hall.
06 to 09.
Okay.
Number 8, Virgil Carter from the 60s. I got to be honest. I'm not familiar with him.
Virgil.
Number 7, Gary Scheid from the 70s. Not familiar with him.
I don't remember the Scheid.
I'm going to skip. Sorry, I'm going to skip some.
Okay, come on. There's some good ones. Come on.
Oh, Steve Young's at number 4.
Okay,
Who's better than Steve Young?
A lot of, apparently 3 other people.
Steve Young, man.
Steve Young. Ty Detmer.
Number 3, Robbie Bosco.
Robbie Bosco is really good. Yeah, Robbie Bosco is a step, but I'm telling you right now, Ty Detmer.
Number 2,
McMahon.
Jim McMahon.
Number 1, Ty Detmer. Heisman Trophy
number
winner.
1 BYU quarterback right now, unless
Heisman Trophy winner Ty Detmer.
Unless Tanner McKee signs there, but right now at number 1,
Ty Detmer.
Ty Detmer.
Yes.
Let's see. Detmer had 3 legendary seasons as the signal caller at BYU. The only player in school history.
I know his stats. Do you want to hear him?
The Heisman Trophy.
I know all of his stats. He threw for 4 million yards.
What do you think his completion percentage was?
Boom. 85%. 94%.
62.
Oh, that's a little off.
Let's see. So he played, 3 legendary seasons, as it says.
He threw for 800 touchdowns.
121.
Pretty good, though.
If
That's
you
close.
divide that by 3, that's a lot. That's 40
Yes,
plus
he
touchdowns
was amazing.
per year.
He was amazing.
And let's see, over 15,000 yards. That's 5,000 yards a season. So that's
He can throw the ball.
5,000 yards a season's a lot. So
he can throw it. He's a rifleman.
So there you go. We've already figured it out that if Tanner McKee signs with Stanford or BYU,
He'll be the number 1 quarterback.
straight to the top.
Yes.
He's going to go number 1.
Tanner McKee needs to sign and tell us.
And the other big name that's out there still floating around, because if you want to say the 3 big names in the Inland Empire for high school football that were going to sign, all 3 went to the Army All-American Bowl. We had Justin Diedick, who's already at USC. Signed, sealed, and delivered. He's there.
Man, eating a lot over there.
He's eating a lot.
Yeah, I'm telling you. That's what he said.
And if, Justin, if you're listening right now, and I know you probably are, or your family is, we're waiting for that signed USC shirt to go on the Inland Sports Wall of Fame.
I don't have any SC stuff. I'm an SC football fan. I'd like to see
Remember,
it.
he said he's going to hook it up, and I believe him, because his brother did that before with Dordt College Soccer.
Where's the Dordt College Soccer shirt?
It's at home. I kept that for myself.
Okay, that's a good one.
That was mine. I kept that one for myself. But, so Justin Diedick signed, sealed, delivered to USC. That's done. Tanner McKee, again, all these head football coaches around the college football world honing in, going strong. A couple more weeks for Tanner McKee. The other big name, he's hooping it up right now.
Oh.
Hooping it up big time at Cajon High School.
That's
Jeremiah
right.
Martin.
You know where where do you think he's going to go? Let's make a prediction. I already think I know where he's going.
You know what? I want to say that he's going to flip the script on a lot of people. I think a lot of people are pointing to USC or UCLA to stay in SoCal.
Nope.
I think he could end up at Alabama.
That's where I'm going. He's going to Alabama.
You think so?
You're crazy. He's going to Alabama. Did you see those pictures on Twitter? Did you see the gleam in the coach's eyeballs? Did you see him?
How do you pass up Alabama?
How do
You
you
know what I
pass
mean? Like if they're offering you, and
I think Nick Saban was actually crying in the picture. Why wouldn't? I mean, seriously, he might have been crying. Why would you not go there?
that'd be tough. I mean, the only reason you'd stay closer to home is to stay closer to home.
But he can win a national championship.
You're not going to do that, USC?
No.
UCLA?
No. No, he's building a dynasty over there. Saban in his hat. I'm telling you, yes.
So, Jeremiah Martin, Cajon High School, defensive end. I was going to say outside linebacker, but not really. He's on the line. He's a DN.
He might play quarterback, too, I heard.
He might play quarterback. He's that good. But right now, he's one of the star basketball players. So
yes. Now, who else is left? Where's Spikers? He already signed?
Yes, Washington Huskies.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yep.
And then? Sir Brandon Rankins. I'm sorry.
Brandon Rankins.
Saint Brandon Rankins. I gave him the wrong one.
That's all right. You just
Do we have any idea who's talking to him, where he might end up?
There's some Division I schools that like him. There's only a couple, though, which is kind of interesting. But I'm sure there'll be more. He's going to hold out. Because you don't have to sign on signing day. You can hold out. You can go past February.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe San Bernardino Valley. They're getting all these D1 guys.
Yeah, San Bernardino Valley College is going to be really good at football.
Yeah, really good. And then you have.
And remember, Coach Algada said he was going to call us back once the quote unquote bounce backs are actually enrolled.
Yeah.
Because school is ramping back up at Valley College now. So the bounce backs, the guys who went Division I,
are coming in.
Didn't work out for whatever reason. They're back at San Bernardino Valley College. So once they're back and enrolled, then he can talk about them because they're at the school. They're enrolled.
Yes.
They're Wolverines.
And he said there was several D1 transfers, bounce backs.
We're excited to hear about that.
Yeah, it'll be kind of fun. I'm looking forward to watching those games next year.
Let's take a break. When we come back after this timeout, we're going to get you all set for the Highlanders and the Matadores tonight.
Chance Murray,
SRC
Alex Larson, DJ Sylvester.
I'm going to ask you who the starting five is going to be.
I know who the starting five is.
You already got the starting five?
I'm a clairvoyant. I know everything.
You're reading Justin Bell's mind
I have read his mind. We have melded, and we are one.
Like Kyle. Whoa, I almost said.
Whoa.
I almost said something Star Wars related, but
right,
I forget. This is still a spoiler-free edition of the Inland Sports Show.
All right, there you go.
Still, right, for another week?
Yeah,
or wait, as long as it's in theaters?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. No? Always? Do we keep it spoiler-free always?
No, I think I'm kind of with Jeff on this one. We usually argue, but I think I'm kind of with you on this one. As long as it's in theaters, I don't think I'm going to say anything.
Yeah, we got to stay true to Star Wars. We don't want them to let us down again.
It's your own fault.
Yeah, I guess we could. I am watching it on my TV at home. Yeah, I have that box, that mystery box.
Yeah, he watches current movies at home.
Hey, coppers, those of you listening right now, I got a box at my house. I can watch anything.
Your neighbor's like a FBI agent?
CIA.
Or CIA.
Yeah, guess what, guy? I got a box. I can watch anything I want.
He's watching The Last Jedi from his couch.
Anything, and I did. I took a video of it. I sent it to Pep, and it was a great.
He's like,
great
look what I'm
picture.
doing right now.
Yeah, old Snoke.
Last Jedi.
Snoke and his battling. I was watching it. Yeah.
You said too much.
Yeah, but I can watch anything. Anything I want. You name it, I have it on
this
box.
You watch UCR and Cal State Northridge tonight on ESPN3 with Trent Rush?
I'm going to watch it when I get home.
We'll be back. We'll get you all set for the Highlanders and Los Matadores when we come back.
Matadores.
It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
tell you what. Bring your pretty little self over to my apartment tonight, and I'll show you a real man.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Now, here's a little story.
Oh, yeah.
I like this.
Boys, yeah.
I like
I
this.
like Beastie Boys.
I liked Clubber Lang coming into this. Did you hear Clubber?
I did. You know what else I like?
What do you like?
So our boy Trent Rush is
Yes.
going to call the game on ESPN3 tonight.
Yes.
UC Riverside and Cal State Northridge.
Yes.
He's going to say something for the Inland Sports Show on the air. You know what it's going to be?
No. Yes, I do.
Gregory, are you ready for this? Because I'm ready for this. Here's what Trent is going to say during the live broadcast for the people of the Inland Empire. Here it is.
It's a trap. It's a trap.
Over and over.
It's a trap.
Oh, that bar. Oh, he's such a card.
So,
boy,
our dear, dear friend Trent Rush will drop that in there. Somewhere in the broadcast, you're going to have to really listen.
Do you know where Admiral Akbar is from?
His home planet?
Yes, do you know?
No, do you know?
Yeah.
Does anyone in this room know? No.
Oh, I the fact checker. I can tell you, look it up.
Fact checker.
I'm going to just tell you when he looks it up because I do know my stuff about Admiral
Why don't
Akbar.
you just tell us?
I think it's Mon Calamari. Yeah, yeah. Hey, I like shrimp. I got big shrimp, little shrimp.
That's his planet?
I think it's Mon Calamari. Am I right? Come on there, fact checkers. He's his species.
Oh, Jeff.
Oh, I knew it was something Mon Calamari. What's his planet?
He's looking it up. We've
Come
got a
on,
lot
man.
of fact checkers, and they're all
What's our producers and fact
all
checkers?
typing it up on their phones and their laptops. Oh, we have an update here.
He
Let's go
can't
to the
pronounce
Inland
it.
Sports update desk for an update on.
From a guy who's never seen Star Wars.
According to the internets, Admiral Akbar was born on the planet Dak, or Mon Calamari.
Yeah!
Oh.
Bingo, baby! Don't you ever question me. I have the full-on encyclopedia of Star Wars, and I memorized it. Yeah, it's a trap. How dare you, Mon Calamari?
You definitely have the Force with you, too.
Yeah, I do. I'm telling you, I'm going to have a great call tonight. I might have the best call in the history of calls. I'm not going to fall asleep. I'm going to drink more coffee, and I'm going to take no-dos.
Are you going to get us a coffee out
I'm going to take no-dos. I'm going to have straight caffeine running through my veins. I'm going to talk the entire game.
I'm going to look at you if it's close.
And I'm going to say everything.
You know what? And I got a feeling it's going to be close.
I got a
I
feeling.
have a feel this is going to be so fun to talk about tomorrow. I'm going to look at you.
I'm going to give you, you know what? I'm going to give you some knowledge that you didn't even know I could spit out. I have so much game in me today. It's unbelievable.
Because you know lots about the Matadors.
There is so many things to say about the El Matadores and the Highlanders. Scotty the Highlander?
Yeah.
Do you know any facts about Scotty the Highlander?
Other than he's Scotty the Highlander? No.
Did you know that all UCs, like not all, but can you name the UC? Somebody's giving us a call. Should we see who's calling?
Should we?
Yes,
we got a couple minutes.
Yeah, we do. Let's see who's calling in.
All right, let's go to the Inland Sports Hotline. Welcome to the Inland Sports Show. Is this Coach Croy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Coach! We got a couple minutes here. We're fired up for Cal Baptist basketball. A couple big wins for the Lancers, including APU, including Hawaii Pacific. Talk about those two wins and getting right back in the thick of that Pac-West Conference race.
Yeah, we traveled to Dixie the week prior to. Didn't play very well, but really, really scrapped and competed to push the game into overtime. Had a few chances in overtime to finish them off. Couldn't do it. Dixie made some big plays down the stretch, so we had a nice 5-hour drive home with a loss. But our response was great. And then against Azusa, it was obviously a MLK weekend, and you never know if people are out and about or what kind of crowd you're going to get. But we showed up Saturday night, and 4,700 people came, and we had to deliver. It was one of those nights where you look around and you realize just how amazing this whole journey's been with Dr. Ellis's vision to build the event center, the support we've had from the community thus far, and it was amazing. You're there in the moment saying, "Wow, this is really happening." There's 4,700 people at a college basketball game in Riverside, and it was a great game. Azusa really fought hard the entire way and actually put us down 2, I think, with about 6 or 7 to play, and then our guys turned it up a notch and made a bunch of plays to win the game. So that was a great night. And then we had to turn right back around against Hawaii Pacific, who won our conference last year and actually beat us at our place last year. So our guys were hungry to play them, and we played a really good basketball game.
Well, we're going inside the Lancers, presented by Magnolia Heating and Cooling, with the head coach, Rick Croy, here on the Inland Sports Show. And, Coach, you guys had 13, I believe, of the first 17 games of your season at home. What was it like to be able to break in the new arena like that? And like you said, really give the home fans something to see with all those home games early in the schedule.
Well, it's been special because we've really gotten support from a lot of different groups that you need in order to build a dominant home floor and a tradition and an environment where a real college basketball environment can thrive. You got to get your students to the games, and we had a number of games where school was not in session, and the community really showed up and came through for us. So that was special. But when school has been in session, the students have been they've been fantastic. We had 1,000 students against APU. The first night against Dominguez Hills, when we opened the building, we had 1,000 students. So we're starting to build it. And we've got to get it to where every night it's special, and people know it's a great place for entertainment. It's a great place to see guys that are quality role models in the community, and guys that really represent CBU well. So it's really been a neat thing to be in here for practice every day, but also to compete here on game nights has been it's been awesome.
Well, Coach Croy, we got to wrap this up here. We're up against it right now, but we got to do this again real soon because we had a bunch of questions for you. So we want to talk CBU basketball. If we can get you on maybe tomorrow or Friday, that'd be awesome.
I'm in. Sorry, I got caught up watching film, and I'm in for tomorrow.
All right, sounds good, Coach.
Thank you, Coach. We appreciate it. Yeah, we got to get out of here in like 2 minutes, but we appreciate it, and we'll be in touch for tomorrow's show.
Okay. See you guys.
All right, you're the man. Thank you. That's Coach Croy, Cal Baptist University, as we went inside the Lancers, presented by Magnolia Heating and Cooling. A big thanks to, holy smokes, Reggie Theus, Ghizal Hasan, Jim Alexander, Trent Rush.
Alan Zinsmeister.
I feel like I'm missing somebody. Am I missing somebody? I feel like think about it as I think Spoiled.
John Ramey. Oh, John Ramey.
Mama, don't lie. Spoiled quick quality oil change. You'll be spoiled by great customer service and low prices. Ken Sporting Goods, 40 years. They dominate all your sporting gear needs, and Letterman's jackets. Boost performance training in Corona with Coach Ray Bass. Remember the strength and speed classes they got there, and the first one is absolutely free. They keep those small group sessions really small, maximum of 12 athletes, so you can get the most out of it. And Catalano Motors in Corona off Temescal Canyon Road, where you can buy, you can trade, you can finance. CatalanoCars.com is the website. Check it out. UCR Northridge tonight. Jeff and I will have the call. We'll talk about it tomorrow right here, 3 o'clock, the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.